takes it off and then he puts the cords back into his eye.
That's him.
That's him. At the end of the episode, when it shows everybody floating in space, it goes back and you see the papers that the one Morty that tried to assassinate him had, and it had a picture of him with the cords hanging from his eye.
Wait a second. Are we live right now, by the way?
We are.
We are. Okay, hey guys, what's up? What's up?
Sorry.
It's Saturday morning. No.
Spoiler alert. We're talking about Rick.
We're talking about Rick and Morty. So one of you asked a question on Kickstarter about Rick and Morty, so we kind of have to hash this out real quick. Wait a second. But the one who was shot, didn't become president.
No, he did.
He did. He survived.
He survived the shooting.
And he's the evil one.
And he's evil Morty. So there's a big theory now that evil Morty is like a big bad guy that they're building towards.
This is a great show. Do you guys watch it?
There's a theory that evil Morty is... This is a theory on the internet. I'm not sure if it's true. It sounds pretty cool, though. But there's a theory that, you know how in the show Rick has shown up after 20 years?
Yeah.
Just shown up in the house after 20 years.
Like in the beginning of the show.
In the beginning of the very beginning of the show. There's a part when they go to Bird Person's house. And in Bird Person's house, there's a picture of Rick, who we know that the Rick that we're following, which is C-137, is Bird Person's friend. And there's a picture of Rick holding baby Morty. And you go like, how is this possible? Rick's been missing for 20 years, but Morty's only 14. So the theory right now is that the Rick that we know is actually not the Rick from the Morty that we know. So the Rick that we know actually escaped his own dimension, and when he showed up after 20 years has come to a different dimension than his home dimension. So Morty is not his original Morty. And the theory is that evil Morty is main Rick's original Morty. And that evil Morty...
Because even right now, the current Rick and Morty, our Rick and Morty, aren't in the right dimension.
No, they
switch. They switch because they're Beth and Jerry are in the Cronenberg dimension.
I hope this is enjoyable for everyone.
Wow, guys. Oh wait, no, there's some. Which is Rick C-137? It probably has several Mortys. I've got both tabs. Oh, our people are talking about quality on YouTube is better. Quality on Kickstarter is not good.
Apparently, I don't know.
Well, hey, you guys can watch it both places. If you want to watch, no, it's not. There's a lag on YouTube. Oh my God, is that a Kansas City Royals shirt?
This is a Kansas City Royals shirt.
YouTube is on HD, but it's super lagging. But that's okay because you'll get to. It's like if you're watching both, then it'll definitely be lagging. But if you're just watching one, then ignorance is bliss, and that's your timeline. You know, if you're watching...
Don't think about it!
If you're watching a lagging timeline, then it's like, just watch the lagging
That's the reality you live in. Here, think about this, guys. The reality that you experience, whichever camera I'm looking into, the reality that you experience is not actually the present, because it takes milliseconds for your brain to interpret everything that is happening around you. So everything you're experiencing is actually in the past. But here's the weird thing, is that your brain knows that there's a millisecond that it has to process all this stuff. So, like, let's say you're driving a car at 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
If your brain was like, oh, crap, it takes me a little while to figure out what's happening around me, you could get into accidents, all this stuff. So actually what you're experiencing isn't even the past. Everything that you think you see is actually your brain guessing what will happen milliseconds in the future. Your brain is an amazing tool, and we do not live in our own reality.
Listen, there's only the present moment. Today on this live stream, we're all going to awaken to the present moment, guys. Today's the day.
I wonder if they talked about this. Jacob has you have to roll it up like a triangle.
Okay. Like this way?
Someone want to read this comment that we just got on Twitter? If anyone wants to read that.
Oh no.
Fails hier lust euch in cools Project is Westbisserie. Biglet Podcast habt, dann schaut auch das eure mal an. Hab schon unterstützt. I'm assuming that's German. It could be like Celtic though.
I like web series.
Ooh,
Big Late Podcast.
Solon Sawicki just became backer 145.
Thank you.
1451, not 145.
How is
1,451.
451. Did we already announce what's happening when we get to 1500?
No.
Okay, and it won't be happening now.
Hey guys.
Hey, where's everyone from?
Where's everyone from? What's going on?
Are you less tired than we are?
It's a slow start to the morning.
You guys wake up and smell the TCB.
We've all showered, I think.
Maybe.
I did.
Sure?
I did. I woke up at 7:30 this morning.
You did?
I sure did.
That's fair.
I can't help it. My body. This is what happens when you get old.
You get to a certain-
fall asleep at 10. You wake up at 7 at the latest.
Even
you
if
get
you
more
fall
than 8 hours
Yeah.
of sleep.
Even if you fall asleep at 1 or 2,
You
you
still
still
wake
wake
up
up
at
at 7.
7.
Yeah, it's a
Kayla
curse.
wants to know how Hall & Notes and Tears for Fears were.
All right.
Guys, Hall & Oates was amazing.
Our seats were.
We were the
high.
second to last seats in the state. We
It was
were
wild.
the
I
Staples
can't
Center
remember the
nosebleeds.
last time I was up that high.
We were the
in a stadium.
nosebleeds. It was also a little scary when you were walking
Walking
out
down.
to go, oh my god, I have to get up to these seats.
Let's see, there are people in California, Tennessee, Jersey, Poland,
Austin,
Denmark,
Massachusetts,
Spain, England, Israel,
There's
Scotland,
Czech
Czech
Republic,
Republic,
Brazil,
Winnipeg,
Winnipeg,
New
California,
York,
Puerto Rico,
Hong Kong.
England. Huh. Wow, God, you guys.
We've been
Wow.
trying to schedule
And
these
Michigan.
at like all sorts of different
San Diego.
times
The
to let
country of
people.
Michigan. We somehow
to
went up
South Africa.
$100.
Guys, this is so cool. It's
Israel. Did we already
Thank
say
you
that?
guys for getting up and hanging out with us. I mean, it's our morning. For some people, it's the
Yeah.
evening.
Dr. Who fan loves you, dude.
Brian, I love you, dude.
Tea, coffee, and
Um,
biscuits. We don't have tea or biscuits, but we have coffee and donuts. We have the American version.
I thought you said take off your biscuits.
Yep,
Take off
everyone,
your-
take off your biscuits.
take off your biscuits. Take off your
baby.
biscuits.
Well.
Yeah, Corey
So-
is unwieldy in the morning.
I've been very mean this morning.
Of course.
Yeah.
Stop
So we
it.
had a late night, rocking out, letting the cool jams of Hall & Oates wash through our bodies.
It's
you know,
it's fun
the encore was
watching.
unbelievable.
Nova Scotia. Someone's from Nova
Whoa.
Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Wow.
It's fun watching old rock stars because
Yeah.
you know they
They're
have.
also- They act exactly the way you think they're.
They act exactly the way you think they're gonna act, and they like just. You can tell they're. I think it's not
Agreed.
sad. It's like it's the furthest thing from sad because you're like, fucking. If anyone was like, oh, these guys are still playing these songs, it's like, well, joke's on you because Staples Center sold out.
Also, these
So-
are great songs.
Oh yeah. Also, it's like they're the best songs ever.
I'm
So
still listening to them on the radio.
But
Yeah.
should we,
Yeah.
now
It was
that
amazing.
we're moderately awake, should we sort of recap why we're here?
yeah.
Well, I'd also like to say that I was just on my my phone / computer putting out some new stuff. So if you check at Tin Can Bros, we just released our new werewolf video for going over 70,000. So we played a 360 game of werewolf with a bunch of the people from the cast of Shipwreck's Poe Party, like Sinead, Persaud, Sean, Persaud,
Tara
Also
Perry.
from Flopstoppers,
also from Plopstoppers, and we also had special guest Anna Brisbane, Brizzy Voices,
because she just loves werewolves
and
so
it
much.
was
Yeah.
her birthday, and we actually played 7 games, and this is like the 7th game we recorded.
Yeah,
but
when
it should be pretty
we
fun.
were trying to record in HD because we went, oh, there's an HD factor.
Brian,
And-
do you want to scooch in a little bit?
For this
Oh,
camera,
yeah.
Brian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
for this
sorry.
one.
Am I cutting
And
my
for
body
this
in
one.
half?
So we were trying to record on
Wait.
HD, and it would only record.
Jay, just become a back.
Who?
Jay.
Who?
They're just a letter.
Oh,
Jay?
Jay.
Jay.
yeah.
Thanks,
Jay.
Jay.
Cool.
Jay.
Jay?
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
So, yeah, we tried to play like 8 or 9 games, and it kept getting cut off because we didn't realize that we could only record for like 6 minutes in HD. So there was one game where and it was there was a few games that were so good that I was like, that's the one. And then we look back and we're like, this video is only 6 minutes. So you're watching the end game of like many.
So
attempts.
we're
Did we
really
spell live
operating-
stream wrong?
They're saying it's live stream.
Live stream.
Which is a thing.
Which is possible.
Live stream.
Sweepstakes.
It's a live
You're a
stream.
winner.
Yeah, so just to explain what's going on, we're simulcasting right now.
Well, like somebody tells her where our is.
That song is so funny.
Is that from Me and My Dick?
Yeah, that's the there's
The Flight
so
of
many
the
good.
Pussies?
No, that's the Gotta Find His Dick.
Oh, God.
Because there's so many good lines in there. Gotta find his dick. Gotta
The
find his
first
dick.
time we ever
He's
did that
got to
show
find
in 24-hour
his
theaters,
dick.
in 24-hour theater, I laughed so freaking hard when we practiced that song.
He's got to find his
Gotta find his dick, gotta
dick.
find his dick, got to, gotta find his
Because
dick,
everyone
gotta
had like a
find his
different
dick.
version. Someone tell him where his dick is. So many good lines in that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So we're simulcasting. The quality's probably going to be better on YouTube, but we're also doing Kickstarter live stream to try it out. It's like a new feature on Kickstarter, and we also hopefully will reach ladies, please. We're
Time just keeps. Ladies.
What's the project?
oh, sorry. I just have to finish this one thought, but I'm just waking up.
Sorry, I still have to finish talking about it.
Yeah, we just wanted to see if we'll reach a new audience. That's it. What project are we working on? The Wayward Guide for the Untrained Eye.
What is it?
Hey guys, good morning from Japan.
Yes, this is a very international audience.
Should I just scooch this camera over a little bit?
Why?
To center us in the couch.
To
They
center
could just
the
be
couch.
under each other.
Oh, okay.
So
that
should we
doesn't
move this
matter.
one under?
No, no.
Yeah, you move
Over?
the Mevo.
No,
so
this is the one that's off.
The
This
big one?
You
This big one.
center
Here, let me just do this a little bit.
So maybe you should put the Mevo like
Oh yeah, because the chat.
it blocks part of it. I don't know what it looks like for them.
Because there's just all these words running over me.
Alright guys, everyone just really quick, just like write a lot of random stuff in the
If you're on the
In the
Kickstarter
Kickstarter.
chat,
It's just all over Joey's face. But
uh,
actually, that's good. We're good.
So when I recently just
kill
saw
Joey. Kill Joey.
Wow. I
Okay.
saw a fish called Wanda for the first time recently, and there's that bit with the where they go over Michael Palin, or Michael Palin goes over Kevin Kline with the cement thing very slowly. Did they steal that from Austin Powers? They must have, right? It's such like a clear bit in the fish called Wanda where it's like so slowly
Yeah,
going
they
towards us.
stole it from Austin Powers. Fish called
No,
Wanda
I meant the other way around. I meant Austin
Did
Powers.
Austin Powers steal it?
I mean,
I don't know.
We were
Maybe.
just talking about in time travel.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, this project, in case anyone on Kickstarter is watching who doesn't know who we are, who are we?
We are
God?
We are God. We are the Tin Can Brothers. That's myself, Horluge, Brian Rosenthal,
This is
You
Nick
and Nick
Lang
Lang.
of Star Kid
I'm
and
Joe
their
Richter.
friend and
also a Tin Can
and
brother.
also a Tin Can brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we are making the Wayward Guide for the Untrained Eye, which is a 10-episode web series about a podcast host and her brother who go to a small town and meet all these kooky characters, and in their investigation find out that they're not investigating political corruption like they think. They're investigating paranormal werewolf activity. And it becomes a mystery with some action, and it ends with this climactic scene that we've started writing, but we can't
What
tell
if
you
you
guys.
just gave away the ending? It ends with these characters chatting about something, and they reveal that that'd be.
And the whole point is, yeah. But we're also doing the podcast that they make in the show,
Yeah.
which is going to be cool. And we're coming into like the last week of fundraising.
Yeah, we
We're
end
trying to make
next.
$100,000.
We're past 70. We're under 30,000 to go. We have 29,614.
Dikla
$29,614 to go until
Michael. Dickla Michael said,
So
will
it's-
this play be in YouTube? It's not a play. It's a web series, so it's going to be like fully produced, like you would see a TV show or film.
Yeah. It's more
shot
of
on location.
Yeah, it's a web series. It's a series. It's a film series.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I think we're like
And
this has
it
been
might end up on
it's-
YouTube eventually, but the only way to guarantee watching it is to back it, honestly, because we don't know where it's going to land.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of put the cart before the horse right now. We have plans, obviously, but I think I think if a lot of people are considering backing, I think
If you
people
want
are-
to see this project,
yes.
you should back it, because then you'll see it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, amazing.
You will see it.
Joanna is not on fire said, who is in the Wayward cast? And that is a loaded question because there are so many people.
I think you should head to www.wayward.guide, which is both our Kickstarter page and also the main hub of information that we're putting out for this project right now. And you're going to see a lot of pictures.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see a lot of people from Team Star Kid, like the Lizzie Bennett Diaries, shipwrecked folk from like Poe Party,
And just like fun YouTuber people.
fun YouTuber people
John
like
Cozart.
Steve Zaragoza, Sean Astin of Lord of the Rings and The Goonies and Rudy and a lot of other things. Carlos Valdez from The Flash and Our Past. And
Our
AJ
Past.
Holmes from Book of Mormon.
And Our
A lot
Past.
of people. And Our Past. A lot of these people are from Our Past, you know. Yeah. Jessica
Kelly.
Chamberlain, congratulations on getting a paycheck. Thank you for contributing some of it to us. Wow, let
Hey,
Corey
guys.
sit on the couch, Gabe.
Hey guys, it's fine. I am sitting
Estelle Roche.
back here by choice because this is my home and I am hosting.
Oh, Darren Chris.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And
Caitlin.
Darren.
Oh yeah, he's in the show.
Darren's
Diane.
Diane.
Diane, no last name, like Cher.
Diane's last name is Lopez.
Yeah, but like you don't need it.
Diane Lopez.
Like Cher has a last name.
Mm-hmm.
What is Cher's last name? Anybody know?
We'll wait.
Did you know that Madonna's real name is Madonna?
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
You know,
What's
she
her
went to
last
the University of Michigan.
I did know that.
It's awesome. Yeah, she's from Michigan.
Did she go to like the dance school for like a hot second?
Yeah. Is her name Madonna Madonna?
We're seeing
Madonna,
both chats.
Madonna. It's
So
Madonna something else. So Madonna has more names than just Madonna, but I don't know. I looked it up. I was like, I've been in love with Madonna
is
forever.
Sherilyn Sarkeesian. According
Ooh.
to the chat. Should we take some of these Q&As from?
Meat and a donut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian, are you mainly checking the Kickstarter chat?
I'm bouncing back and forth.
Okay, we are reading both chats.
Bono?
We got a whole system. Bono is Bono in this? Yes. Bono and
What
the
about the
entirety
Edge?
of Bono and the entirety of U2 will appear in this series.
I know Bono and the Edge.
And the
I
Edge.
could not tell you the name
And
of
the
the
Edge.
other band members, the names.
I think I'm going
Well,
to
I
start
saw
making
them.
wild claims about this show. Just to.
Are there more people in U2, or is that why they're called U2? Because they were like, hey, U2, get up on
Yeah.
I
stage.
think it's like all of the guys, right?
Hey,
I think Bono
Hey,
and
you
U2
too.
are
And then the other
founders.
guys, and Bono and the Edge go, hey guys, come on. And they go,
And Bono and the Edge go, and you two.
and you two.
And U2. Hey, U2, get up here.
Hey, you
And
two,
that's
get
what
up
it's-
here.
they-
Hold on one second.
They do
Are
everything
they
in British.
British? Are they British?
They're Irish.
They're Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
you
you
two.
two, get up. No, that's still British.
Hi.
Okay, guys, we're going to answer some of
Hey,
these
you two.
questions
You
on
two.
Kickstarter. This
Yeah,
is a
I'm
whole
over this.
feature.
So Liana asked, what was the planning for the show like? Easiest or hardest part? And when you wrote the characters, did you have people in mind?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a two-part question. So what's the planning like? Is it hard, easy, or hard?
It's hard. It's many tiered. So, like,
It's
on
so
the
much jelly,
fundraising
I
front,
know,
we're
this,
here with
this
you.
donut has an outrageous amount of jelly. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of jelly.
I mean, I'm into it, but
Oh.
Yeah. So we can divide up pre-production. Like we see you guys a lot because we're like doing these, trying to get the word out, raise the money to like make the thing. On the other front, it's like we're writing the script right now, and we're trying to put together locations and meeting with our
thanks, Viga.
production
Congrats,
coordinator.
Oh, the name went away. Thanks, Viga, for becoming a backer.
Thank you.
Victoria's.
What was the question?
It was.
What's pre-production like?
Is it hard? What's the hardest and easiest?
The hardest thing I think right now, and we were talking about this last night, is like for any kind of project, even if this was a project that we weren't backing on Kickstarter,
and we
had to go, and we either had money for it or we had to like pitch it to a production company and have a lot of back and forth in terms of like financing and investment there, that this would still be a part of the process. The kind of like financing of a project. And it would probably be difficult, and equally as difficult as it would be like running a month-long Kickstarter. I think the only thing that's even more, that's harder now is the fact that after this Kickstarter is over, we only have a month to then put the whole thing together.
Before we actually shoot it.
Which is, you know, it's like most things, it's like it could take a month, but then you'd be like, okay, cool, now we're in pre-production for like 7 months before we get the thing together. And I think it's kind of, we did that to ourselves.
Yeah.
We designed it that way.
But also, I feel like a big thing we're running into right now is just uncertainty.
Sure.
Yeah. We finally have a cast locked in.
Yeah.
It took us a while to get the whole cast locked in.
That took a while, but also, like, now we're trying to, like, lock locations so that if we get funded, we have places to film it, and that we can, like, do it for the budget that we've raised. So there's just a lot of, and with any production, there's always just like a lot of moving pieces, and you're like, oh wait, we can lock the cast once we know the shoot dates, but we can't lock the shoot dates until we know the location.
Well, we can't like rent locations until we have money.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and like all these pieces are floating up in the air, and once they like get locked down, everything will be easier to fall into place. But there's so much uncertainty right now, and because also we don't want to like spend any money in case it doesn't get funded, and then we're just out money.
And that was the thing with like Flop Stoppers, because Flop Stoppers was a much smaller funding goal, and we passed it, and way more money was raised. But we were able to do, it's like with the knowing that we go, oh, we at least met the goal, went beyond it, and have some money to work with. That's why we were able to start shooting Flop Stoppers the day after the Kickstarter ended, because it was kind of like, you know, paying for a lot of things out of pocket and then getting to the place where it's like, but there is money coming in for this. It's hard for this because we're still trying to make the goal, you know, that if we don't make, it's like all or nothing. So I think there's a lot riding on that. So the focus is there. So that's the hardest part. And then did we cast people in mind?
I think.
Or did we write? Or
I think it's both. I think.
Yeah.
Well, were there certain characters where we were like, oh, like from the get go, like we were like we were gonna have Mary Kate be Artemis.
Yeah.
Even before Artemis had a name.
Yeah. And then like there were other characters where it's like, there's a lot of people where it's like, we would love to work with this person and we want this person to be involved in this. So like, let's build something for them. And then some other people too, where it's like, we knew we needed a character, like, and it worked out that it was like, oh my God, and this person has to do that character. Where it's like Nick, with Nick's character.
We need this character in the story. Who would be the best of this character?
We talked about this, and it was like Nick should obviously be this character, and Sean's character, like as the pastor. Yeah. It was like they have to be.
Nick is playing Aubrey Dockweiler, who's like the town historian.
Two things I saw in the chat I wanted to address, which are like a lot of people keep on saying play. Like when we say web series, it's like watching like a TV show. You know, it's like...
Except the episodes are like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like basically like shorter episodes.
Yeah, this isn't
We're actually going to shoot it like a feature film, essentially.
But you guys are doing 10-minute episodes. It's like a film.
It's like a film, but in terms of like the writing, it's going to like do the cliffhangery.
10-minute episodes, plus like 15 to 20 minute podcast episodes.
That's pretty good from 2 much less.
So you're thinking it's like 2 movies. One of those movies has no visuals.
Yeah, and then also, will it be a musical? It's not going to be a musical, but it's going to have an original score by Chuck Chris, which we're really excited about, of Freelance Whales and
computer games.
Too Much Lettuce just asked, so why make the Kickstarter all or nothing? We can only...
That's how Kickstarter works.
That is, but we could have done like an Indiegogo or something like that, but... At the scale we want to produce it at, and have the podcast.
It's not even like this is sort of the only way this story could be produced.
Yeah,
it would just be a different
cast. Yeah. It would just be a totally different project. This project
to tell it like this, to try to do something that's like extremely narrative and has a lot
of people and locations, because I think that's going to be the fun, is like Artemis trying to figure out, like, once she gets into it, like, wait, who can I trust, who's a werewolf? And that sort of only works if there are lots of people to be suspect of, and have those people having, like, places to hide, literally.
So Amber Sparrow's got it. It's more like Poe Party in that's
yes,
than like a live stage show like we did with Solvent Squad.
or yeah, it's like I think
We're going to be on location.
I think the format the format of like Star Kid shows and like what we did with Spies and Solvent Squad is very odd. I don't think anyone else.
Most people
don't do that. It's like
we
not.
love that you guys love it.
We like that you guys like it, but it's definitely not. You know, it's
I
funny how it's.
I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
We were just saying how the filming stage shows to put online is like not a normal. It's not like a normal format. It's funny that amongst our collective group of friends and like people, it's become like a normal. People go like, that's the form, and it's like, I think we're trying to do something a little more traditional, where it's like, which is hard still.
Yeah,
because we do.
Aren't we? Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of talking over each other.
Okay. The Star Kid form of filming a play and putting it online is really not very commercial. It's not a thing. Nobody in the real world.
Jessica just became a backer. Thank you, Jessica.
Clayton is in Prague, so he will not be here if you've been on some of our other live streams with the ham horn.
Someone just said you should do a Pokemon musical parody show.
There already is one.
There already is, and that means there can never be another one.
Created by Gabe Greenspan, who's in our cast.
It's called Pokemon the Musical, right?
Yeah. Emmanuel's got it. Can we pull up some of those other questions? There were some really good ones.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Do you want to?
Someone asked up on our other chat, the YouTube chat, is Diane actually going to be in this? And the answer is yes.
And this is your fault.
But Diane will actually be in this show. We have some.
I was talking to John about some ideas if we want to.
We have some fun ideas of how to make her. How to actually involve her.
I mean, we listen to you guys.
I think you should have there be a human body with Diane's head poking out of it, like
like they do on like
this and
Sesame
then,
Street,
and for a while
and
it's
they say yes, Madam Mayor, and then it'll cut to the Diane.
Or for most of the show, there's a character that's just like this.
Yeah,
and then at one point they They pull off a mask and it's just Diane's head under there, like it's like Men in Black or something, or Beetlejuice.
That'd be cool.
It's the body with a tiny head.
Beetlejuice.
I think it's possible.
Or just say the town is
also
so dumb they elected a
Yeah,
dog.
this is also not the first time we've used Diane in a project. We have a project premiering very soon that Diane is in. Okay.
Do we like any of these?
Yeah, I mean, want to just do all of them?
From the top?
Oh, no, it's too many.
I mean, there's like 20. If we go fast, we
How about the stuff that's mostly about the...
What about Nick?
That one's for you. Do you want to answer?
Do you want to answer this?
Mostly stuff
Did
about
Nick
the
ever
show.
finish his book about the Sky Park that he read after a Firebringer performance?
This is Mark from Australia.
Hello, Mark from Australia.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, Matt and I finished our book. It's called Welcome to Sky Resort. We are in the process of trying to sell it. So far, no takers. Nobody, no agents want us as of yet. But I like the book, and I think it's pretty good, and we'll do something with it eventually. You know, we're not gonna. We spent years writing it. We're not gonna do nothing with it, or maybe nothing will happen. We'll see. I don't know, but I really like it. Welcome to Sky Resort. It's done.
I'd like to read it.
I'll send it to you.
Is it all? The first one's done.
The first one, because it's a series of books. There are 3 of them, but we won't write the second 2 unless
there's a reason.
Make some kind of.
Should we
publishing?
Should we rapid fire through a bunch of these? And
I think so.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw them off and we gotta answer them.
Have you watched Glee?
Yes.
I've watched some episodes.
I've watched 2 episodes. If you were in Rick and Morty, which dimension would you live in?
I would like to not live in any of those sad dimensions.
A normal one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or Cronenberg.
The Cronenberg dimension.
How do you reserve locations and stuff when you don't even know if the Kickstarter will be funded?
Ah!
We kind of talked about this a little bit before, but yeah, it's kind of hard to. That's just why a lot of stuff hinges on the Kickstarter, and we're.
But if we also didn't start looking now and starting to like lock
We would.
things in and dates, we wouldn't have enough time to do it. So it's that weird thing where we're not funded yet, but we're already working as if we are funded. So we
Yeah.
have to fund this.
Please. How big a party is Diane gonna have? I mean, you know, she might be on set a couple days. She's probably gonna be there more often than not because whenever Lauren's there, she'll probably be there. So
They're a package deal.
yeah, they're a package deal.
Get her in there.
How long have you been sitting on this idea for? We would never sit on this idea. It's a very fragile idea, you know. Yeah, like you wouldn't leave it on a couch. You'd put it in like a place like a coffee table where you could make sure people saw it and didn't sit on it and squish it. But honestly, I think this idea we started to generate. Corey had a version of this idea in his head since like high school, and then we had another version of this idea.
It
And
wasn't high school. It keeps getting earlier.
Since he was a babe, and
Real
then
quick, guys.
before, yeah.
Giselle, Ayub, on people on the YouTube chat. We are looking in here, but we're going on the Facebook chat right now because people are asking.
The Kickstarter.
Or the Kickstarter.
There's like a Q&A function.
Q&A.
We're trying out this Kickstarter one.
But this one's YouTube over here.
Yeah.
This one's YouTube and this one's
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Somebody keeps saying that Darren says hi. We see him all the time.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we've been tossing it around in earnest just for the last few months. But we also
It's also
had a
like
similar
changed
idea
and, like,
from Buffer Festival last year. We talked about
Yeah.
doing a similar idea.
Yeah, this idea is it's just morphed, but it's been sort of like around for we don't really let ideas die. We
Oh.
just sort of recycle them
Yeah,
and to new things.
they just fade away.
Go blue. We are looking at this. I forgot the Michigan game started right now.
Oh. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, you got that? It's pretty funny.
I don't
I don't know.
know what
No,
that
no,
is.
no.
Town of Salem.
No, keep going. What is this?
If you were fruit or vegetable,
Vegetable.
what would you be and why? If you were a fruit or a vegetable,
I don't know. A cucumber?
I'd be a vegetable.
I'd be a fruit.
I like passion fruit.
I'd be a vegetable because
Okay, can we
I'm
talk about the
applying
International Tin Can Bros? Well, let's talk about this first.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going down the
Who is your favorite or most interesting character in the Wayward Guide?
I have like a couple favorites.
I mean,
there's definitely I like everyone's joke. I think everyone
everyone has good bits.
has fun bits. So
I am particularly excited for like Sean Persaud.
yeah, because Sean is just so
He's
fucking
gonna be
funny.
very. I think also Clayton is gonna be really funny.
And Nick Lang.
Nick
yeah.
Lang.
Oh god.
Don't say that because I'm right here.
You
That's
might
a
remember.
pity. That
we were
was a
talking about
pity
it, people were
mention.
talking about it in the chat. People might remember Nick recently as Obi-Wan Kenobi. You might
That was
remember
so
Nick
funny.
in some of the funniest
Nick,
performances
that
of all
was-
time.
Nick, do you remember? Do you
You
remember
don't
when?
have to talk about me?
Do you
No, we
remember
have
when?
to. We
Do you
do.
remember when the first time you rehearsed Mama Umbridge?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
losing my.
It was
shit.
the funny. It was
That's
the
a
funniest
scene that
thing.
nobody
The
liked.
first time I saw, when I saw Nick and Jamie doing the Gollum puppet, Nick's had some of the funniest performances I've ever seen in my life that have just made me compulsively laugh.
Let's hear it for Nick.
Stop this right now. All right.
Okay, next question.
So,
All right.
Possibility of an international tour.
Yes.
Guys, you gonna do it?
I mean,
I've never
a
been
tour?
to Asia. I would love.
I would love to,
it.
but money's
money.
Yeah.
someday.
He's hard.
It's
Especially
hard.
if you're trying to do like a show.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier if like a convention invites you, and
Yeah.
yeah. So
How long have
pitch
you
it
guys?
to your favorite convention.
Yeah. How long have you guys given yourself to do the actual filming? I think about 14.
We need 14 days. I think we can afford more like 10, and we're trying to work with our producer to see how we can stretch that.
Yeah. Regardless, it's gonna be like we're gonna be
Fast and
shooting
Furious.
like a lot of pages per day.
Yeah, I mean, we're still gonna need to shoot like 10 pages a day, which is a lot.
But it'll be crazy. I think everyone's down for like how exciting and crazy this experience is gonna be.
This?
Yeah, any of it.
Was revealing Diane and Darren at the same time the original plan, or was it something fun and last minute? It evolved because
medium.
yeah,
between
because
the two.
it's like stuff truly more with Diane than Darren had to fall into place based on
Her
negotiations and
And
schedules.
like her team is just
Diane's
notoriously
working a
finicky.
ton these days. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just fending off so many offers.
so it was a little bit of both. Dead serious.
Dead serious.
Dead serious.
Do we want to announce? And when's our next goal? 73,000.
I mean,
Like that we like release something.
I think 75.
75. Because we only have a week left and we gotta get to 100,000.
We gotta get there.
Or we can't do it.
I mean, just as a little teaser, though, all I'm gonna say is John Cozart isn't a thing. We might release at 75. Who else?
Oh,
Maybe
Sean Persaud,
Sean
a
Persaud.
few cast members. Nick
maybe
is going to be
Ashley
one
Clements.
later.
Yeah. So we're not gonna say what it is yet, but we got some fun
Got a fun
videos now
video.
that we've announced the cast. Lots of videos to release.
I said a thing on Twitter that if if the campaign reaches 85,000 by Sunday,
That's-
any time on Sunday, I'm gonna tweet out a treatment for a reboot of Scooby Doo that Matt and I made up.
Do you
of the
have like the
cartoon?
full? Do you have like?
I have a treatment, you know,
Okay.
it's like a show treatment.
Sure.
It's like a 9-page document that like describes the characters and goes through the first episode and stuff.
Would you give a teaser about something that's specific to your to this reboot idea? Would
it's kind
tantalize
of like
people?
it's kind of like a modern day. The idea that we had was like, since they're doing like Archie on the CW and they're doing,
Riverdale?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
resistant to it, but I've
Um,
heard it's pretty good.
And we
I've
were
heard
like,
it's fun.
we were like, they should do a Scooby Doo that's like a more teen-oriented
oh,
Scooby
that'd be
Doo.
great.
And since they are teenagers, and so the idea is to reboot it in like modern day. They got cell phones. Shaggy isn't a hippie; he's a hipster. You know, you got all this crazy stuff. I don't want to give too much away because you got to get to 85,000 to
We
get
gotta
to
do
that.
it, guys.
That's pretty. That is. I think that's it. It's one of those ideas and that you go. This is so in the realm of possibility right now.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
could literally this can. Hi, Sarah. This can happen.
Yeah,
So,
well,
Let's do it.
The Scooby-Doo rights are tied up right now. They are making, I'm pretty sure, a animated movie of Scooby-Doo, like a rebooted animated movie, because they're starting like a Hanna-Barbera animated cinematic universe.
But not like their direct-to-DVD, like
No,
Scooby-Doo
no.
movies.
No, like
no,
they
they like a theatrical new movie.
What was that?
That's
That's
cool.
the air conditioner.
There was a beep. Okay. Deborah asked this question twice. It says, will the backers get to see and hear the project before the general public since we backed it? I love you guys and you do amazing work. I hope it gets shared.
So there
Thank you. That's the
isn't a
question
plan
about that.
for backers to get it to see it first, because part of it's going to be like watching along, I think, and like experiencing like that. That said, there's been talks of like seeing if someone wants to buy it and like put it on their platform, in which case we don't have any control over that. So you might have to like subscribe to the platform. Regardless, the backers are going to get to see it. Like that's the only way to guarantee. Like there's no guarantee right now that we're going to make it because we haven't reached funding yet. But once we if we do reach our funding goal, there's no guarantee that we're going to put on YouTube. We haven't like flushed out any like distribution plans. We're still looking at options. But regardless of where it goes or how it ends up, backers will 100% get to see it.
Yes.
That's the only way to guarantee that it happens and that you see it is to back the Kickstarter.
Truth. Jay says,
respect.
what do you think the biggest challenge is going to be managing a production of this size?
All the people.
It's just the size. of it.
People and the locations and the scheduling
And I think that's why we've also tried to build like a bigger support team to help us.
Real quick, I'm going to go back to the YouTube chat. We have a very important question. Is it cold where you are? Joey's wearing shorts, but Brian has a long sleeve and looks really cold.
Listen, I drank a lot last night, so when I got up this morning, I was like, I just need to wrap myself in anything that feels like a blanket. And so my body is just,
No, I
You know.
haven't gotten one.
Have fun.
I'm just barely here right now, guys.
Are you cold?
No, I'm not very cold right now, but
Someone asked if. Wait, I think someone
I
asked.
never wear shorts.
Yeah, I've seen you wear shorts.
Sometimes.
I've seen you wear
Actually, I've been wearing shorts more often.
It's nice.
You guys want to sing Hamilton? Alexander Hamilton, here we go.
No.
Guys, I saw Hamilton in LA the other night, and it was great. It's like you can't really fuck up the show.
Right?
We did. You can't really mess up.
Oh, someone asked.
I mean, you
whether to
could.
get your sweater.
Oh,
you
can't.
could.
This is just for, this was just for the cast and the crew. We owe Nick Gage one of these.
No, we mailed it to him. I mailed it to him.
Corey mailed it to him.
But we owe Nick Lang one.
But
He made those sweet ass masks.
it was
Yeah.
great. It was a great show. We
have
the cast out here is like so good. You know, it's fun. It's fun seeing Hamilton with different people, cause like I think I've listened to it so much, and we had a chance. We were lucky. We're enough to see it in New York with that cast, and it's like I think it's. I'm now getting to that place where I go, oh, I have to accept that those aren't the people who are going to be doing the show forever now. You know, you go, oh, this is just a regular musical that a ton of people are going to do, and 15 years from now they're going to do it at high schools.
I think sooner than that.
Really?
I think
at
like
high
they're
school?
they're gonna release the educational rights like way earlier than they like while it's still running.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know if they should do it at high schools. You know.
Well,
It's certain high schools
Shouldn't do it.
Don't. It's it's
Ooh,
like
Ida just became backer number 14.
Thank
16.
you,
Thank
Ida.
you. Please don't say, "Oh, Brian, I put poison in my body and now I'm." These
You're
are the
paying the-
consequences.
yes.
Okay, we're just gonna keep rapid firing.
I know what I'm doing.
And guys, if we get 73 right now, if we hit to 73, we'll do some fun. We'll do a whisper challenge with Nick.
Have you done the whisper challenge yet?
Nick,
I
you're
don't know
gonna
what that
love
is.
the whisper challenge.
Amy Ruff asked, how do you feel knowing that the number one city where backers come from is Melbourne?
It's great.
Cool. I would love to go there someday.
I feel great about it.
Erica asked on the Kickstarter chat, when you sit down to write out a budget, how do you know where and how to go about writing it? I think you're talking about the You're talking about the budget entirely.
I think it's a combination of like experience and like just well researched guesses.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of it too is like structuring things around, like structuring the show around what we know the budget might be. You know, it's like structuring things that we can do based on how much money we're going to make. So yeah.
Yes.
Who do you think will be the star of the show? I personally feel like Diane will be by far.
It's an
I mean,
ensemble
not-
cast.
Yeah, but like not by screen time, but like I mean, Diane does have that je ne sais quoi.
Everyone has great moments, but it follows Mary-Kate Wiles, Steve Zaragoza,
Like they're
Joanna, Dylan Saunders.
but I mean, it literally follows Mary Kate and
Yeah.
Steve like the whole time.
But those are some of the larger characters in the story.
As Anna Banana said, there needs to be a Mario/Nintendo theme Star Kid show, dude.
Well,
Let's do it, dude.
dude, bro,
Dude, let's do it.
bro, dude. I don't know. I don't know about that one because I don't know if you know these musicals that are based on
yeah.
on like owned
IP,
properties.
that's owned by-
Yeah, it's like it's really hard to make money on those things, guys. And these days,
blinded you with my
we're-
whiteness.
These days, you gotta pay rent.
yeah, it's like back when we were in our 20s, it was like, I have no money, it's fun. But now that we're in our 30s, it's like, I gotta get a family sometime.
I'm still in my
soon.
20s.
Thank you, Sarah.
clock is ticking, you know?
Thank you, Sarah Whitaker. You became a backer and you did a hell of a thing.
Yeah, Nick's internal clock
Also,
is ticking.
Nellie Cordy retracted
Right.
her message, but she said, Nick, blink 5 times if they're keeping you hostage.
I hope he only blinks 4 or 6.
And, oh,
And then I'll win.
you
does
just
that
don't
mean?
blink the rest of the day.
Okay, let's
Let's
rapid
do it.
fire the next couple.
Yes. The investigation starter kit. We haven't exactly sussed out all the details, but it's going to have like maps of Connor Creek. It's going to have
It's
some
like little clues. There's gonna be a little mystery to unlock. in
We were
it.
talking about things like in Nick's. Oh, thank you, Caroline Kaufman. We were talking about stuff where it's like in a lot of Nick's scene, there would be like books and parts like history books about the town that allude to certain things, and there might be pages missing. But maybe in the investigation starter kit, there will be pages from the book that are in the show missing in there.
What was that?
So it's
J.J.
like-
Abrams book.
Oh, S.
S. Yeah. It's
Have
not.
you guys heard of this?
It's going to be a little like that, but like not at
This
all.
J.J. Abrams and this writer co-authored a like book called S that was it was a book that was that a fake author had written called like the like, oh man, if anyone has any information on it, write it in the
Yeah,
chat.
I have it.
I have it too. It's at my house.
But basically,
But-
there's like
oh, it's right there.
there's like scraps of paper
And, like,
and
little notes in the margins,
notes,
so
and there's like a
still never read
story
it.
outside of the story.
So you're reading the book, that's the story that this guy had wrote. Then you're also reading the notes in the margin that, based on the pen color, happen in different timelines of 2 people checking it in and out of the library and communicating with each other over
So
time.
there's like a meta
through
narrative
this
and
book.
like puzzle. So I think those are the type of things that are going to be in that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's say in
Lucy-
$78, we'll play the Whisper Challenge at 71.
Oh, I said 73. If we can make it.
73, we can make it.
We can
Wow,
do
it
it.
seems that we have very different standards.
Wait, Lucy. Oh no, where did it go? Lucy asked, would you have to listen to the podcast and the web series at the same time, or could you listen to them?
Either and both.
Either
You
or.
guys should edit it to where if you listen to the podcast while you're watching, it all works out.
It syncs up
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
so
It
difficult.
syncs up.
But it's like the idea that this is the podcast they're making in the show. So I mean, in the timeline,
They're like
the podcast
parallel.
wouldn't come out until probably after
The events.
the events of the show. So you could listen to them, like you could watch the web series or listen to the podcast, and hopefully like just have a fun experience with either. But if you put them together, it should be make a more encompassing experience.
Okay. Boom.
All right.
Thank you, MJ, for becoming a backer.
Thank you, MJ.
Zainab, who's Darren going to play? That's Darren Chris. He's
Playing
gonna
Ryan Reynolds.
Play Ryan Reynolds, the Catalyst. That's all the information we've released to the world.
And that's all the information we can kind of give.
Yeah.
Although if you rewatch our Kickstarter
There's some stuff where I'm
teaser-
surprised people haven't picked up on yet, because there is a little more information.
Come on, people.
Yeah, if you rewatch the Kickstarter video, we talk about Darren's character in that video. So if that gives you some information,
Yes.
Diane's character.
check it out.
She's the mayor.
That's
That's
it.
about it.
Yeah. Are you planning on making references to current events on the show?
I don't think you can avoid it. I don't think we're making like explicit.
No, we're not making Trump jokes.
We're not making explicit references, but I think when you write something like,
Ooh,
you've
Jane
got to be
Thompson. Thank you
receptive
for becoming back.
Thank
to
you,
the
Jane.
time you live in. You know what I mean? So probably thematically, there's going to be some stuff. It's not like the characters are going to be like, "Are we going to nuclear war with North Korea?" Or
It's
they
not
just
like-
using
yeah,
us
it's
for
not
a
like
bartering
characters-
chip on the world stage.
Yeah, we're trying to use this as a bit of an escape from the world
Yeah.
today. So I don't think characters are going to be constantly flooded with the fear of nuclear war like we are today.
Is it harder to develop some characters than others?
Sure.
Ooh, Fanny just become backer. Thank you, Fanny.
Thank you, Fanny. Fanny's a pirate.
Funny.
Arr,
Thank you, Fanny.
Is it harder to develop some characters than others? It's just different. Because different characters serve different purposes. Do you know what I mean?
Hard to develop.
Oh,
yeah.
Joey. Or
What?
not Joey, Brian. Someone asked if there are any hole slappers here.
Hole slappers?
Slap the hole?
Oh, from
From
VidCon.
last year.
Where my whole slappers at?
Katie Sirak said, "Isn't he the one who calls Artemis?" Maybe. Pretty good idea. Is there Katie Donnelly? Is there anyone joining you later in the live stream? Dylan Saunders.
Dylan Saunders of Turn and Our Past
Turn.
will be
Thank
here.
you, Lauren Griffin. Thank you for becoming a baker.
71-108. Ooh, okay. We got to get through some of these questions because there's definitely some good ones. How has the original storyline changed from when you started writing? It's always evolving, and as we find,
less that it's changed and more that like it comes into focus.
yeah, that's a good way. It's like that thing where it's like a master. This is going to sound very pretentious, but it's like a master sculptor doesn't like they pull the sculpture from
the block.
The block, and it's not vice versa. And,
so like the more you work on it, you have.
We can't talk like that.
I feel like we start with sort of a more general idea, and then as we drill down into more specifics, like things come into focus, and you make decisions, and it becomes clear. It doesn't necessarily totally change, at least in our process.
Yes. Georgina EFK says, "Why hasn't Darren tweeted about this?" And it's like, beats me.
Beats me,
No,
guys.
he has stuff.
He's got a really intense job right
He's
now.
got a really intense shooting
Very
schedule.
busy.
And, they're planning LC Fest, so I think it's like, he's just, it's like,
He's busy.
He's
He's
busy.
doing
It's
us a favor by being in this. It's really fun to work with him.
He'll
It's
probably-
crazy when
and
people's
we'll get
schedules.
around to it. The thing is that like
right, Darren? He's not going to watch it.
the thing is that like that's not like going to be the silver bullet for us reaching funding. Get it?
Joey, stop.
Like it's gonna like help, but the thing is, honestly, everyone who's here watching right now, you can probably be of more help than Darren. If you specifically go to your friends who like the same kinds of things that you like, they'll probably like this then. And I think always that sort of personal recommendation is always better than like some idiot on the internet.
Guys, this is a grassroots campaign. We're not going for the super PACs or anything like that.
It absolutely is.
This is a Bernie Sanders project.
Yeah,
Bernie Sanders presents Wayward Guide for the
This is us
Unseen
day in and day out, talking to people one-on-one, and yeah, it's a slow process. But I mean, that's what we love about it. We love having a lot of people involved, and it's important to us to have like a lot of backers giving a little bit of money, sort of thing.
Yeah, we sort of answered this one, but we'll just recap it real fast. Did we write parts for members of the cast of Mind, or did you audition with any? We didn't. We don't do auditions. We generally either have a part and then we find or meet someone who we think would work for it, or we think there's someone we want to work with and we write a part for them. So
you guys messed up because I'm going to be real bad at this show. It's going to be real bad.
You're not.
That seems rude.
You're not.
Or weird to talk a bit.
What?
No. Was there anyone you really wanted to be involved? Didn't work out. If so, who? Not really. I mean, there's
I really wanted Sigourney Weaver in this thing, but
He's been saying
John
There's always-
Cozart couldn't make it happen.
There's
it's true. This was
always-
a conversation that happened.
There's always people that it's like I wish it's hard with a 30-person cast because you go,
Schedule.
it feels like we could do everyone. But then when you even get to the point where you've
We
locked
run
in
out of
people,
roles.
you go, fuck, we don't have any more roles, and it's like you have to cap it. So
And sometimes people
There's-
aren't available. And
yeah. There's always people that I'm like, God, I wish,
Yeah.
But the thing is, we never. This
There's always
isn't.
the next time.
We're not planning on this being the last thing we ever do. So,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Hopefully we survive.
Hopefully we survive.
Hopefully we do it. And
On the YouTube chat, Eleanor Nykamp says, was Lauren originally going to be in this? And someone asked that a little bit earlier. Was like, did we make that happen, or was Lauren in this? Lauren was always in this. That was a ruse.
We love working with Lauren. Lauren's great. And,
That was a ruse
if there's
the whole
a
time that
role
we-
for her.
Lauren's
Yeah.
just a stinker and a filthy liar.
Chelsea Bill said, how did we get Sean Astin on board? And that's a funny story that goes back years and years, where we were at C2E2 in Chicago, and Sean was there doing signings and making appearances and panels and stuff, and Starkid was there right after Holy Musical Batman, and there was this joke that Sean looked a lot like Dylan, and Dylan was there, but we had Dylan's costume. And we're like, Sean, do you want to pretend to be Dylan? And then that was the start of a beautiful
he
relationship.
was like,
He was
sure.
like,
Okay, and he came in Dylan's costume and
He also
answered
answered
questions as if he was Dylan.
It was
and
good.
I think that a lot of people didn't know that he wasn't.
Back to the cues.
Let's do it. Will Corey get on the couch? Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe if we get to $75,000 in the next 3 minutes.
$75,000, we get Corey on the couch.
Woo! Will I be able to watch it in Germany? And where? Like on YouTube, or will it be YouTube Red, paid, not available in Germany? It won't be on YouTube
not
Red.
be on YouTube Red.
No.
We would have a lot more money to make this if it was on YouTube Red.
You know, there's... the plan is to get people, to have people see
The backers
us.
see it no matter what.
Yeah, but we're yes.
There's no plans behind that. Do you want?
Promotional posters that we could share? I
Maybe.
mean...
I do think that we have a lot. We're trying to do a lot, so we're trying to prioritize our time. Are you okay, Nick?
Nick's turning into a wolf again.
We're trying to prioritize our time, and I think we haven't done that yet because we've had a lot of cast stuff and videos to make.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think like a personal recommendation is better than just like a random poster thing.
Kiddo Kitty on YouTube said, "Do you guys like olives?" I don't.
No.
Well,
Occasionally, like shitty black olives on a pizza, like that you would get at
I
like
love
Chuck E.
olives.
Cheese, but no.
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't had them since I turned 30. I found that when I turned 30, I started liking things that I never liked before.
And
I
you
stopped
started-
liking things that I used to
Like
like.
what are
Like,
some...
I don't like sweet things as much
What
anymore.
about donuts?
I still like donuts, don't get me wrong.
like candy.
Oh,
You know,
Christina
but, like,
just became a
candy.
backer.
Thank you, Christina.
Is
Woo!
your hair blue? That's cool.
Thank you, Christina.
Oh no, wait, that question came back. Is it hard to balance story with comedy while making sure neither is overshadowed by the other?
Is it
Yes.
hard?
I mean,
yeah,
I feel
but
I don't know. Just like a balance and like different projects.
call for a different balance.
Yeah, like flop stoppers. Like it's just gonna be every story is
Yeah,
different.
I mean, I
for
do
sure.
think on this one we've been like, there's a lot of plot, so I think it is hard to like remember like, oh, the jokes and the comedy while still forwarding that.
Nick, what are your thoughts on this question as a writer with balancing comedy?
Yeah, I think that it all depends on the story that you're telling. I think that you first and foremost do whatever works for the story, and if the story happens to be funny, then it'll be funny. And if there's nothing funny about the story, then it won't be funny. So I think that there are some funny things about the idea of going to a town full of idiots, and some of them are werewolves.
Thank you for coming back, Backlin.
Backer, Kaylin.
All right, Caitlin.
Okay, who's hungover now?
Ooh.
All right,
I
let's
didn't
say
drink.
good night to Tess. It's 3 a.m. in Sydney.
Good night, Tess.
Good night, Tess.
Good night.
Guys, we've got 1,600 until we're gonna play some Whisper Challenge with Nick. 1,600 to go, so share to some friends.
Do we need a sax solo though?
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
The saxophone last night was superb.
There was some good.
There was
Yeah,
some good
sorry.
all-note saxophone.
What is it?
Do you want that or no?
This question.
Oh, can you hint about what you were filming with Star Kid at YouTube Space LA? Yeah, it's we were making a little series, a little web series thing. It's gonna be like a series of like 5-minute videos. A lot of people are in it. Joey's in it. Brian couldn't make it to the filming day, so but next time, you know, this is a series that could continue forever. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think we answered this one already.
It's
many
gonna be
days
about
of
Ideally 12 to 14.
Depends what we can afford.
How much of the 100,000 is for Diane? 98.
$98,000 is going to this dog. Do you ever lose track of your own story while writing like my own personal narrative?
Like, where am I in my life?
Who lives, who dies, who tells your
What
story?
series of choices led me to this position in my life?
Next question. This is quick fire.
Are you going to do more Choose Your Destiny in the future? You're awesome, and it's really fun.
There's probably not, guys. We got canceled.
Yes. But
We got canceled.
For anyone who doesn't know, Choose Your Destiny was our live stream interactive improv show on Project Alpha with Geek and Sundry and Ernest.
It was okay. We tried. It was a
We had
fun
a
format.
fun time, and I think it was really fun. I don't know if anyone watched it, but yeah, you should let them know if you want to see more of us. Let them know that.
If anyone follows me on Twitter, it's mostly bots, but I do improv in Los Angeles a bunch. I'll tweet about some shows. Come see me.
Thank you, Nikki.
Woo! What is your dream project? This
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
It's true.
We already sort of recapped it, but Darren's character's name is Ryan Reynolds.
And you can get your tease about Darren's character by watching our Kickstarter video.
Are there any more
Talk
cast
about that
members we haven't announced yet? No, thank God, we've already announced 30. 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
So we've
You
announced
guys are crazy.
We've announced all our cast. We've got an insane cast. If you want to see the complete cast list, you can see it on wayward.guide, which is our Kickstarter page. So now, as milestones, we're releasing videos like lip sync battles, 360 werewolf games, that sort of thing, with lots of fun guests and cast members. We're actually filming one today after this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sort of I won't.
Yeah, we already
sort of recap
answered.
those. Someone asked this. Is there any way to watch Choose Your Destiny online? Yeah, projectalpha.com. That's the only place you can watch it.
I think you could sign up for like a free
I think it's a free month.
month. Don't give them your money, people.
No, or give them your money if you like it.
Give them your money. They're good people. There's a
They
lot
are
of good
good
stuff
people.
on there.
What plays and musicals did you guys do in college before StarKid? Everyone just shout out a play. Thank you, Teresa, for becoming a backer.
I was in a play called Mnemonic.
Oh,
I was in a play called JB. I was in a play called
you were so good in JB.
The Rover.
You were my favorite part of
I
JB,
was-
and I did not like JB, but like I really liked your part.
Were you guys the clowns in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Brian
what
Holden
Ryan-
put Nick Lang in a suitcase.
Thank
in
you,
that
Teresa,
show.
for becoming a backer.
Thank you.
Okay.
Teresa.
Three shows.
What are 3 shows from college?
Yeah.
I was in Hair, which was fun. I was in this Israel Horowitz play called Line, which I really liked. And then The Crucible, Yeah.
Cry.
Ooh, nice.
which is very, it's like you read it today and you're like, was this written today?
Today. I was in the show off where I had to shave the top of my head. It was terrible. It was a terrible time in my life. I was in a play called Katzelmacher and Pre-Paradise Sorry Now, which was the most
Where
upsetting
Joey
show.
show his ass. Joey's had like a lot of weird
Naked.
Where I had to show my butt
and
and
and it's a show that we all hated.
everyone hated it.
Didn't Meredith like look at you?
Well, Meredith was the
backstage?
only one who was like
facing that
facing
way.
the direction where my butt and the you could maybe see my my
tip
balls
of your ball sack?
between my legs because I had to stand naked in a doorway facing upstage so you could see my butt and maybe again my balls dangling through my legs and Meredith always claimed that she could see. She was like, I could see everything. But yeah, that was the first show I did in college.
Freshman year.
Yeah, I got. I don't know why professors like to make me do weird things in shows. And then I did a play senior year called Pentecost, which was actually a really, really fun experience because in the show there was a lot of it was about like on paper it's a boring kind of show,
But it's so interesting.
it was so interesting. It was about like an art historian who was traveling to this kind of excavated church in Eastern Europe because there was a fresco on the wall that people were like, oh, we believe this is like actually a super influential painting for the art history.
like developing like perspective.
Yeah, and so he was like, that would like redefine the like trajectory of like
Or like the way people talk about art history.
yeah, so as he's there investigating this painting, there's also like all this political turmoil happening in the region, and a ton of refugees who escaped another country come to the church and hold everyone hostage. So it's like
it gets really tense.
It's really tense, and there's all these people there, and there's so many characters in it who don't speak English the whole show.
Didn't Sango have a whole monologue and like?
Yeah, Sango, who's been in
Sango of Sango.
Sango of Sango-san. Sango had a whole monologue in the show that was just not in English.
Well, I can't remember what
And
language it was in. It was beautiful.
there were about 8 or 9 languages in the show, which was so crazy. And some people never spoke English.
Yeah.
But like the script would have all the like phonetically spelled out like lines for people in that language, and then the translation for what it meant. It was so crazy, and we got to school like 2 weeks early to like learn about art history too. It was a cool experience.
Britt Barron was in that show of Glow.
Britt
You
Barron
guys
of
watched
Glow?
Glow.
Who directed that?
Malcolm. It
I
was-
designed
It was cool with all the
designed
bricks and
costume.
everything.
Or
I still have.
I designed the costumes. for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
Marguerite designed the stuff for that.
I still have one of those bricks.
Oh,
I
Joey
kept
had no
one of the
idea
bricks.
he was wearing Corey Lubowitz originals.
Wow, unbelievable.
unbelievable.
Corey
It was
Lubowitz
a
decor.
lot of people. It's a glove.
71.5,
Woo!
baby. Thank you so much, guys. Let's do some more questions. These questions
Wait, I didn't
have
answer
been.
this question.
What plays
Plays.
did you do?
Brian. I designed Pentecost. I directed a production of Dr. Horrible's Sing Along Blog, which was really fun. And I did the opera version of Little Women. There is also an opera of Little Women I designed.
Little women.
There was a musical, a play, and an opera.
That's not right.
Making
Tiny women.
making
Yes,
tiny
yes,
houses, making tiny dresses,
Tiny
little
house.
Now we sang, so there you go.
That was called Going Back to Hogwarts.
What do you guys want to answer next?
Just the next question, right?
How do you up your pledge?
If you've already backed and would like to up your pledge, if you go to the Kickstarter page, I believe there's a button that says Manage Your Pledge, and then you can enter a new dollar amount, and if you want, select a new reward tier.
Katie,
sounds
if you
easy.
guys make your goal, would you consider making merch so we can give extra support to the show by giving money and repping your cool designs? Thank
Yes.
you. We will.
There actually might be some stretch goals.
There would definitely be some
Or add-ons.
add-ons coming up.
Add-ons, that's
like
what those are.
pins. A lot of people have responded very positively to like these custom pins we've been doing, that sort of thing.
Ellie Jeffrey,
So
I
that'll be
love
coming
you
up in the
too.
next couple days.
Hi, Emmy Weber.
And also after the
Where is it?
Kickstarter is done, hopefully we
Ooh,
make it, but you can
Louise, thank
continue
you for
to
becoming a
back the
backer.
project.
But that's only that. None of that matters, and it's gonna fly if we can't reach our goal on Kickstarter, because then we don't get any money.
Becca said if I pledge $25, will the actual price be higher because of shipping? It will be a little higher, yeah.
Sorry,
Because
shipping stuff is very expensive.
It's expensive.
But think about it. Someone's literally bringing something from your door to, or no, from our
Dylan's
door
on his
to
way,
your
guys.
door,
Dylan just said
which
he's
is
on his
crazy.
way.
Like
Yeah.
across the world.
Across the world.
Someone
And-
is physically bringing you something.
Yeah, and also like I know we say stuff like this all the time if you've watched our stuff before, but even at 100,000, like after Kickstarter fees and credit card processing and all that boring stuff is taken out, we're looking at a smaller budget than $100,000, and like is a lot of money, but like to do what we're doing, we're still going to be like calling in all the favors and pulling out all the stops to get it done.
Wait, Alana Almeida said my English teacher this year, her brother knows Corey. Who's your English teacher? / who's your English teacher's brother? I want to know who that is.
An English teacher's
We'll never know.
brother.
Should we do? Oh no, I don't know what that means. Should we do?
Just the next
this
one.
one. Okay.
Yeah. Will there be gay stuff in this? Yes.
Sort of. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
There's like not a super like romantic plotline because everyone's sort of trying to stay alive.
It's
But
a lot
there's
of
a little
yeah.
bit of like a thing.
Yeah, it's not. The show isn't. None of the main story is being driven by a romantic plot. So, yeah, I don't know.
I read
Moving
the outline, yeah. It's a lot of like.
Stay alive.
It's like
Okay. How do you make your writing engaging and mysterious, yet very humorous.
Well,
I don't know.
there's a couple good books out there. Stephen King wrote a great book about writing.
It's called It.
It's called It. Have you floated down here?
We all float.
Which production besides this one are you guys most proud of being a part of, and why?
Which production am I most proud of?
I mean, I'm not proud of this one yet.
Thank you,
we haven't made it.
Julia.
I mean,
Ooh, guys, we're almost to 72.
A, it's Jenny. If it gets back, need any PAs? Yes. So, if you live in the Los Angeles area, and hopefully we get funded, and hopefully we go into production at the beginning of November. If you want to help as a PA and you have any experience being on set or anything like that, email us at waywardguideshow@gmail.com and just let us know that you're interested, and we'll look at those in the future when we're staffing up to shoot the actual thing.
Guys, Emma O'Donnell, Nick, you were the best thing at LeakyCon. Those limericks rocked. They did.
Let's
Do
hear
you
one.
want to read? Do you have any on you?
I remember them.
Nick, these are some of the limericks Nick did at LeakyCon.
The first one I did was oh man, what was it? It started with saying, there once was a boy named Potter. Hogwarts was his alma mater. The Weasleys adored him, they fed, roomed, and bored him, and Harry had sex with their daughter.
Bravo.
That was one.
That's really funny.
There were a few that
Did you make that up?
Yeah, I made that up.
Damn, dude.
It's
You're
a
a
limerick.
poet.
You just put a little, you make a little rhyme, you just get 2 rhymes in there. Yeah.
Should we go back to questions?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Sounds
Well,
good.
yeah, because those were LeakyCon specific,
Those were leaky specific.
Leaky
so let's
exclusives.
leave it. Those were exclusive.
Just to piggyback
Maybe.
on that
If we
pledge
get-
question.
If we get 75,000, I'll do another one.
Ooh, I like this. You
And
guys know
we're-
how to fundraise. I don't.
we're
I'm
gonna-
just give them all the answers. If I pledge $25, yes. Also, the rewards I think are pretty high quality, so hopefully it's worth it for you guys to pay the shipping.
It's the sort of thing where
because they're going to be pretty good.
if we included the shipping built into the
I
25,
don't actually want
then we'd have to raise $130,000 to compensate for it. So
You might have already answered this, but was Diane your original idea for the mayor? If not, could you tell us who was originally going to be the mayor? We no joke didn't have a mayor.
there was no mayor.
We
It's
said there's a town council,
which is important to the plot.
which we said we'll have the town. There was at one point of the idea of and someone will be the mayor, but then it was oh, why don't we just make a group of people on a town council, because then that became part of the plot. And so we're oh, this town just doesn't have a mayor. But then when you guys started talking about it, we went, this would be fun. So you made that happen.
You guys definitely made that happen.
Joey, what are you doing to your knee? I'm picking something on my knee, all right? I got something I wanted to pop.
We sort of.
You know what? God, give me a break.
We sort of answered this already.
Oh my God, he's really leaving. He's
Oh,
doing
no.
it.
Oh no.
He left. He's walking out the door. He's getting in his car.
Thank you, Nime. I'm sorry I butchered your name, but thank you for backing.
Name?
Do you have auditions, or do you know your friends well enough? Which character are they best suited to be played? Yeah, we don't really do auditions.
But we have some new friends, who we sort of have met through other friends. Oh, Joey's a sad Kim K. Here he goes again.
Sarah doesn't want to talk. You a sad Kim K.
You a sad Kim K. Nick's gonna be a sad Kim K until we get to 75.
Until we get to 75, Nick will be completely sad Kim K. Kim K.
Here's your new stuff, so stop crying.
This is what you get when you order Kim's merch. I will say, I think it's hilarious and brilliant that she took a meme making fun of her, and she's like, fine, I'll sell it to you. That's pretty good.
Alright, this isn't about Wayward Guide, but may I ask about what the theater program at the University of Michigan is like? What they teach and how you get into it? Sicily? It's great. It's great. It's just like a conservatory program at a Big Ten school. So there's lots going on, and it's like a smattering
I think it's
classes mostly based in, the acting is mostly based in Stanislavski.
What is this?
I think it's
Michigan
a
acting.
nice balance of conservatory style training, but also just just broader like liberal arts stuff. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I'm glad I went to a place where I had the option and like had to take other classes. Like I don't think it's a great idea to just only do theater every day because theater's based on everything else. So it's
Right, you got to go out and live your life.
And that was something I very much learned here as an actor. It's like I just recently got into like an acting studio that Dylan's also at, and Gabe, and Ashley Clements, and it's like
We all float down here.
and who?
And
Oh,
Cassie.
and Cassie.
That's how we know Cassie.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, we were prepared for a lot of stuff at school. It's like, but at the same time, I think, especially trying to move to Los Angeles and audition for film and television, there's a lot of like, it's just different. It's like a totally different thing than doing a play. That's why it's like sometimes, like when we were shooting our thing with Mary Kate, I was like, damn, Mary Kate is such a good on-camera actress. It's like, she's an amazing stage actress too, and she was awesome in our play. And she has similar experience because she went to USC for theater to study acting. But it's like some people, like Mary Kate has a lot of film experience, and when you watch her on film too, you're like, God, it is so different, and you're so good at it. Where's Mary Kate? We've given Mary Kate a bit of a break. Mary Kate has come to so many live streams.
Yeah.
We also did take a bit of a break the last few days, so thank you for allowing us to kind of cool off for a few days. And this next week we're going full steam ahead. So
What do you?
yeah, we're trying to right
We're
now.
gonna pick
We're at
Georgina.
72, 252, and we're
Oh,
trying
we're
to get
getting
to
there.
73.
at 73 we're gonna play Whisper Challenge with Nick. where we whisper
Georgina
some
EFK
yes.
was saying some LGBTQIA plus representation would be great. Corey and I were just talking the other day about how like a lot of stuff out there is very like, this is like LGBTQ, like it's too like on the nose, where it's like we like to put in characters who are just human beings, you know, and it's like if you're transgender, it's like if you're gay, it's like it doesn't have to be like the
Or,
focus
like,
of
yeah.
the plot. It just like is what it is. Because yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. If you go on Netflix, the like LGBT section is either like very important sad movies or like really terrible sitcom or like rom-coms that look like they were shot on like videotape.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Who
I
edited
think-
it's important.
I think
it's-
representation.
it
definitely
Representation's
is
important, and I think it's also representation in all kinds of
Ways.
ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not like I think what you were getting at is like the idea of like it doesn't, you know, you don't have to tell a story a certain way in order to include certain characters. It's like we can tell this story in the way we're doing and be able to include some characters and also make it so that it feels like these characters are living amongst this world and it's not, you know, because I think sometimes when you're trying, that was one of the things I enjoyed about Spies was that it was never explicitly talked about in a way where it's like it was just part of that world where it felt like that plot line between Kurt and Owen, where it's like it was part of that world, and why it wasn't talked about was both like trying to be historically accurate, and also just like I think when there's like an acknowledgement of it, I think there's a very fine line when we draw too much attention to it. It feels like look at us trying to put this in, rather than like but there are these are just characters who have this as part of their lives, and like because it's just part of it. Yeah, I don't know.
And
It's
more to the point.
I feel very tricky talking about all this too because I know I'm coming at it from a very straight white male perspective. So I
But to get back to the point Emma O'Donnell said, so who is John Cozart in love with?
Anyone and everyone.
Everyone.
You know it, baby.
Kate says, who edits everything?
we kind of
The four of us, the four Tin Can brothers here.
four of us Tin Can brothers.
We sort of all do.
We sort of share responsibilities, you know.
I'm not. I don't. Not on Tin Can Brothers. I don't edit a thing. That's all you.
He's
guys.
being modest.
Nick edited a great video for the Starkid channel this week. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it.
It's very fun. Editing, I like editing. I think like especially for this show, we just edited something for for our Bufferfest short that we.
Buffer Festival is a film festival in Canada, in Toronto, that we're going to in like
less than 2 weeks. We'll see you there.
So when we were doing the Bufferfest short, we didn't script it. It was, the whole thing was improv by the actors. There was more of an outline of what was going on, and so we kind of had to craft. The editing for that was interesting because we kind of had to be like, what is this, and how are we telling this story? How are we telling this story? So this one is going to be a lot more tightly scripted. So I think the editing process of this, it's going to be a little more like how it's going to cut together because it has to cut together.
It's going to take some time. Though. It's going to be a ton.
The podcast is going to take I think a lot more time than cutting together the show. The good thing about the post production on the podcast is that we don't have to be in any of the same places that we are during the show, so it'll be easy to not. I think the plan is for us is to try to shoot the whole thing and then produce the podcast during post production of the thing because you don't need to be in the same places because you're not seeing anything. So we can.
Cool. Should we lightning round the next 6?
Yes, but can I say really quick? We have 1,480 backers, which is awesome. If we get 20 more backers, we'll be at 1,500.
That's crazy.
And I think we're going to make an announcement at 1,500 just as a fun thing, to have passed that milestone.
Neve Fagan.
I butchered it. It was not even close. Sorry, Neve. Thank you for back.
Neve.
I like Fagan.
I like the name Neve.
I like Fagan because it reminds me of Oliver. Fagan. And Oliver and Company. Remember Fagan and Oliver and Company?
Someone wants
Right.
more info on idol worship. We can give the 10 minutes second after we do lightning round questions. Okay, go.
Here he is.
Mr. Guy who's there. He's just a man who's gonna sit with us and ride a bus with Dylan.
Hey guys, I walked in and I heard you say we're about to do this thing, and I was and then you just all stopped.
I think we were just
sang that song.
lightning round.
Alright, lightning round questions. They're all for Dylan. Dylan, would you consider offering Bernie Sanders a cameo in this? Diane's secretary?
No doubt. Let's get him in Vermont. Let's go to Vermont.
Okay.
Let's go.
Good.
But also,
good.
he has more important work to do.
Yeah. Also, our country is. Well, never mind.
He can take one day to come be in this.
Thank you. I'm good for right
Dylan,
now.
is this an entirely ensemble cast, or will some of the characters be featured more than others?
Oh man, I imagine due to the constraints of the story that some will be featured more than others.
That
but
is a correct
Good answer.
Yeah.
All right. Dylan, did Lauren get paid for her callback yet?
She did. We got some fun.
All right, there you go.
All right. As her momager, does Lauren get a cut of Diane's salary in addition to her own contractually obligated SAG wages?
Dylan?
Do you mean does Diane?
No,
does
Lauren get a cut of Diane's wages?
Oh, I see it. Oh, I think there's doggy labor laws that prevent
Fair
hijacking.
answer.
All right, there you go. Good answer.
10% though?
Yeah, but that gets put in a little special account. It's from the Macaulay Culkin days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan, if these
Oh,
10 episodes are successful, will you be crowdfunding more? Or do you, Dylan, want to stop at 10?
Do we want to stop at what?
Are you going to do more episodes if these 10 are successful?
Yeah, I plan to do 10
All
more
right.
when we're
Make
done with
it
the
go
first
forever!
Maybe if we make $200,000.
No.
6 seasons in a movie, baby! Yeah!
Dylan, this could be specifically for you. How do you approach a character before rehearsals?
Oh man.
In general.
I just don't do anything except read the script 80,000 times.
It's all on the page.
Try to figure out what's going on.
It's all on the page, baby.
80,000 folks, not
80,000.
less, not more.
Yeah, put in your 80,000 hours.
That's what Malcolm Gladwell says.
Your
Dylan, do
80,000
you need an
expert
opera
hours.
solo?
Do I need an opera solo? Yeah, what? Yeah.
Dylan,
Yeah,
where do you fall on
baby.
the Dreyfus
Guys,
model
I
scale?
feel like we're in a Werner Herzog
Oh my god.
I feel like
a weird
These
guy.
do feel like that. Or we're cam girls.
Hey, Dylan, what was it like for Nick to be in the video of Lost Boys Live?
I I saw the behind the scenes. You were great. You were great in that.
Yeah, but what was it like?
But what was it like for
Ned?
me?
You know, we haven't talked about it. But
Did you?
it was
Did I
probably
have
really-
fun or not? I don't know.
I know. I would imagine you had fun.
All right,
It was a
baby.
little stressful. I imagine that Gaten Matarazzo
Was Dayton nice to me or wasn't
I
he?
imagine Gaten Matarazzo was an incredible young boy.
Dylan?
Was he a sweet boy? Yes.
Yeah.
Real quick. Oh wait, go down. Dylan, Johnny Sutliff, go up for scroll a little bit. Just said he loved you in turn. He binged the whole thing to get in ready for your arc.
Me
It was
too.
great, and
I
he
binged the
fell for
whole
your
thing
character.
too to figure out what was happening.
Also, Jenna just said,
A lot of
"OMG,
people-
it's Sean Astin."
A lot of
Oh
people
yeah,
are. A lot of
Sean's
people
here.
are.
It's me, Sean.
Sean, holy cow! What
We
was
have-
it like in War of the Rings, man?
War on
Did
the
you have a
Rings.
Good time?
War on the Rings.
How was your
on
War
the
of the-
Rings?
how was your
How was
War of the
War
Rings?
How was War on Rings?
War on Rings
Oh
was
my God, there's so many more.
was Pergard.
Well, we can skip
Pergard.
I'm getting a donny and a coffee.
Okay.
Hey,
Lou
Dylan, can you
Giebel
miss
asked if I was going to
Luigi?
continue those Instagram live streams, and I am. I'm going to try and do some later this afternoon to try and make it to. I think I ended at backer
Like 800.
13,961 or something was where it stopped on Friday when I stopped that right where we got to. So I'm going to do those backers today, and then hope by the end of the stream, you know, I think I'm going to set one more little goal for us, and if we do it, I'll do it.
Hey guys, what's your favorite movie musical?
Ooh.
I'm gonna classify this as a musical that was turned into a movie because I'm excluding the Disney movies because if they're in the running, of
That's a
course
different
they're
thing.
the favorites.
Musical movies? Well, I don't know. I was just talking the other day about An American in Paris is a great movie, which was a movie before it was a stage show.
Right.
Huh.
Sure, let's count it.
Great one.
Sure, it
I'll
breaks all
count-
the rules I just
Right.
I
made,
mean,
One
Singing in the
counts.
Rain is like classic.
All right, breaks the rules, but we'll count it. You know what my favorite is?
but what?
A Little
Well,
Shop
Shop
Before.
Before is
That
so
is a
good.
great
It is a
movie.
really,
It's
it's a
also
really
good.
great movie.
Steve Martin is crazy in that movie.
Yes.
Also, Jim Belushi's in that movie.
It's a great
What's his name?
John Candy's in the movie.
Christopher
Christopher
Guest.
Guest is in the movie,
Yeah.
and he's
Of course.
incredible in the
That
movie.
movie's
It was just the guy going, "Excuse me."
Okay, movie
Well, I'll
musical.
just
Oh, my
have to
favorite?
take 2 dozen.
A
You
musical
know
that's turned into a movie.
What's coming to mind right now is the film version of Oliver. It's a good one.
Yes.
All right.
That's a good
I
one.
liked it when I was a kid.
No.
A lot.
Joey?
I watched a lot of
Man,
movies when I was a kid.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go. I got.
I
think about
really
this.
like the Hairspray movie. I think they did like,
Hairspray
a really
movie
good
was good one.
job
Is
like
really good.
adapting it.
No.
Yeah.
They actually, I think they fixed a couple
I
things.
liked
in the
it
play.
better.
Yeah,
I saw the
there are
last
couple,
show.
There are a couple things in the play that are like a little iffy that they fixed.
Some new
Oh,
songs, right?
I like the
Yeah.
Chicago movie.
Oh,
The movie of
yeah.
Chicago.
The Chicago
great,
movie
too.
is so good and also so much better than the stage
You
show.
know what?
Oh yeah, and also John C.
You
Riley.
know,
Oh, John
Catherine
yeah.
Zeta-Jones is incredible.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Yeah.
She's so good. It's a shit. Why was she never a Catwoman in a movie? Am I right?
Oh yeah, Moulin Rouge is
Yeah.
also great.
God, they're turning Moulin Rouge into a stage
Stage
show.
show, yeah.
There's also
Let's count it, baby.
It's counting
Should we do some more questions?
Yeah, baby. Okay, Ella, are all the characters going to be involved in the podcast, or will we only be hearing Artemis and Paul? There are going to be other characters in the podcast.
There'll be like interviews and stuff.
So that's that question.
I know this isn't a question, but I love Darren.
Hell yeah! Cool. Okay,
Moving on.
Thanks. Right.
Kim Stevens, how did you manage to get Carlos Valdez on board? He's just a good guy. He likes hanging out with us, and he has some flexibility with his schedule because of his shooting schedule, so he's able to come out on weekends.
And
so.
we've been wanting to do more with him for a long time.
Yeah, so
Because
that's
he was in a sketch on our channel, the interview sketch.
Yeah.
Also, his torso was in one of our first sketches.
yeah.
in
Your
our
rich
very
friend.
yeah.
So
Wow, our
Yeah.
second sketch
That was
ever.
right. That was right
Keep
before
going.
he went to do
Keep going.
his camera test.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no
then
way.
for the Flash. and then he
Wow.
booked it.
Time,
So
time's a crazy thing, guys.
we're
It moves
star
forward.
makers.
It just
Okay.
moves forward.
After making it a web series, do you think you'd ever consider a stage version of this?
Probably
no.
not.
Absolutely not. It would be
The story
impossible.
would
I'm
not
gonna say a
work.
hard yes on that.
Dylan says hard yes. Caroline, what Wayward characters were your favorite to write? Well, I think the question is, what are your favorite to write? Because Nah,
We're still writing it.
still writing it. But I don't know. It's fun. It's nice coming up with jokes for everyone. I think it's like it's fun. Kind of also with the on-camera stuff, you have to write less.
Yeah.
Because there, with a stage
Show,
play, you
don't
could have
tell.
a character talk about something for like pages and pages and pages, and it's like fine. But if each episode is 10, it's like as we've been going through, it's like each episode is 10 pages, roughly for 10-minute episodes, and we're doing 10 of those. But 10 pages isn't a lot of pages, especially with all you're trying to do.
Yeah.
That's Nick breaking his own arm. Okay,
Did
so
someone
yeah.
ask you to break your own arm? Is that what's happening?
Ooh.
Don't do it.
Dick LaMichael asked, "What are your plans for the rest of the day?"
We're filming a little video.
Filming another werewolf vidya.
And I gotta go to work.
You're going to work tonight?
You bet, baby.
Is it supposed to be crazy?
Yeah, it'll be busy tonight.
Damn, dog.
It's Saturday.
If you got any gaps, let us know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Honestly,
I really want to do that
Okay.
train one.
Me
Okay.
too.
Oh, that's
Okay.
And then we're actually meeting with a potential costume designer for the series later on today, which should be cool.
Cool.
Are you guys still fans of Hello from the Magic Tavern?
Katie Sirach asked that on the YouTube chat. Yeah, I am. I haven't listened to it in a really long time, and that's not because I don't like it or anything. It's just I feel like I don't have enough time to listen to all the podcasts I'm trying to listen to.
Grace Bell asked, do you prefer writing more serious things or comedy stuff? Comedy series.
I don't know. I think a lot of us are always coming up with
Grace, do you mean
Yep.
series, like series, or did you
Like a
mispronounce
serious stuff.
Oh.
That could be.
Oh, because I was gonna say comedy series are like I like thinking sort of like larger narrative than like a comedy sketch.
Yeah, I'm finding more and more that
There's also
the best comedy for me really borders on
Has
tragedy. You know what I
Happy
mean?
birthday,
it's
Ariel.
like a fine line.
and that like
Ariel,
I'm less
Ariel,
I'm
MVP
less
Bobe.
interested in drama where there isn't any like levity either.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about truth and emotion,
Yeah.
I think.
Uh-huh.
If you got that in drama, if you got that in comedy, then
Oh.
it's worth watching.
Cool. All right, Dylan.
Dylan,
here's
do-
5 more questions. Thank
do
you,
you ever-
Nur.
Thank you,
Where am I
Nick.
supposed to
For
look?
becoming a backer. I'm going to click on these and they're
Oh.
going to go here. Dylan, do you ever Google yourself?
Yes, but only in specific instances
Dylan.
of mortal toil.
Dylan, what's the most challenging about bringing this script to life?
Man, so many challenges. I've thought about this particular question for so long because I'm writing the script.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
Great.
Dylan, how long have you known yourself?
How long have I known myself? For now, 30 years. I don't remember a lot of those.
Is it your
There
birthday
it is.
today?
No, but
Dylan's
I
birthday
just was
today.
thinking about how I'm 30 now. It's kind of a weird.
It's a
It's a
milestone.
weird one.
Yeah.
30's okay.
I'm close to 40.
I will
What?
say though, wait, did I send you on Facebook? It popped up. It was like 10-year
10 years? Yeah.
of friendship with Joey.
That stuff, there was a time, our friend Paul Koch from school, who we love, a lot of people have been, it's how Facebook does that. You've been friends with so-and-so
Yeah.
this many times. It's funny because a lot of our friends, specifically like Nick Strauss and everything, have the things come up with Palm that say, like, you've been friends for 3 years on Facebook. And he's like, are we only been friends for 3 years? Because there was a time a couple of years ago when all of our friends collectively got on a secret Facebook group and agreed to defriend Palm.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty funny.
for a while we all defriended Palm, and he kept going, what's happening? Why am I? And so now all of our stuff is messed up because he's like, it all looks like we haven't been friends on Facebook for a while.
Right.
So
Or it's like how my mom just joined Facebook and it's like you were born in 2017.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay.
My mom is a baby.
So
Who in the show is
Dylan.
He refuses to put up a picture, so it's just like, Dad, you look like a creep.
My
I
mom
think
got
my dad is
Facebook before her job. Her job now kind of requires her to have a Facebook, and it's
So, who in the show is
It's a
most
whole
like their
fucking
character, and who is the least like their
I
character?
feel like
What's
Dylan
that?
might be most like his character.
Really?
Or similar. I don't know. I think it's like,
It's like
there's an energy to it that
there's a
you
gruffness to his character, but I think there's like a kindness.
You
in
go,
the soul
I like
that, like,
that's like Dylan.
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, that's a high honor. Thanks, guys.
And who
Someone
would
just
be,
said their fiance and I are dancing to 1,001 Nights as your first dance at your wedding. That's
Whoa.
badass. What a cool thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Whoa.
I just saw that and I think that's
I think
so
Dylan
amazing.
should officiate.
Yeah, can I come? Where
Or
are
MC.
you getting married? Maggie McCarthy.
Maggie McCarthy.
Are you from Ireland? We were just there.
Okay.
Anyway, bye.
Keep going. Would you read my Starkid fan fiction if I out my pledge $50?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we'll read it.
Best part about putting on a show. Having put on a show.
Yeah, the feeling when you put up the
when
show
you've done
is the best part about putting up a show.
Uh,
And also seeing some things for the first time.
yeah.
Anytime there's a huge milestone that you pass that's the first time, like either watching a full run with costumes or like
The first
even the
audience.
first read through, first audience.
I kind of like
I
this
think
is
those
the
are fun.
11th hour. I like
The panic.
well, no.
We open tomorrow.
Yeah, I like when it's
If
over.
the show is running, if there's a show running for like 7 or 8 weeks, I like week like 5 or 6 because you're like,
You're,
oh
over the
fuck.
bump and you've like figured
You
it out.
think you figured it out, and then you're in week 6 and you
don't.
go, oh, this is still new. There's something new to learn.
Mhm.
Should have gotten more into Munchkin. Sorry, guys. What was the email? The email for volunteering as PA?
WAYWARDGuideshow@gmail.com. If you want to PA for us and you live in the Los Angeles area and have any experience with that sort of thing, that'd be awesome when we eventually, hopefully, shoot if we raise $100,000 in November.
Yeah. What are we answering questions about right now?
What?
Who are we? What are we answering questions about? Just a recap.
We're answering
In
questions
case people
about-
tuned in late.
In case you tuned in late, we're doing
Objection,
some.
leading.
Leading the witness.
Okay, we're not in court.
Sustained.
Okay, guys, it's real early, and we saw Hall & Oates last night.
You almost went all the way off screen.
Almost went all the way off screen, and
Didn't quite
almost
work.
pulled the light down, and it would have gone right on your face, like at the end of Batman Returns with Max Shrek.
But yeah, we're here raising money for the Wayward Guide for the Untrained Eye, our web series and companion podcast about a woman who is a podcast like investigative journalist who goes to a small town called Connor Creek to investigate what she thinks is like your typical This American Life like local political corruption, but then she discovers that it's overrun by werewolves.
We're the Tin Can Brothers. You might know us from, we did a musical called Spies Forever. We had a short called Flop Stoppers. What else have we done? We've done over 100 sketches on the YouTubes. We were all here members of Team Starkid. We're based out of Chicago, Harry Potter musical.
And then we're here with Nick Lang.
Oh, you can keep doing that if you want. It's very soothing.
Nick Lang, who is our dear friend, who was the writer of a Harry Potter musical, Starship, when he saw Batman, like all of the Starkid shows. But he's going to be in Wayward Guide as Aubrey Dockweiler, the
Do we get to
town
have
historian.
scenes together?
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
do? Oh,
see-
good.
Wait.
Seeing Nick,
Is that a spoiler alert?
Nick performing is a rare treat. 'Cause he does a
and
lot of
Nick
writing
is the
these
best
days.
actor I know.
And then this is
All right,
Yeah,
all
It's
right.
true.
Cut it out.
Don't you do that.
Hi, girl with a budget.
and then-
Nice username.
Why are they petting Nick?
And then this is Dylan Saunders from AMC's Turn.
AMC turns Dylan Saunders.
AMC Turns Dylan Saunders.
Is Nick soft? Is Nick okay?
Okay. Let's just answer the next three real fast. Would you ever have trans or non-binary characters in your shows?
Sure.
Yes.
Whoa, cool. Yeah.
Who edits everything?
We do. The three of
We all do.
We split it.
Will everyone be signing the postcards? At least the
three
three
of
of us
us.
will be.
TBD.
The only way to guarantee is one of the higher tiers is the shooting script, and that's going to be signed by every single
Everyone.
person
We're gonna
in the
make sure
cast,
everyone gets that.
which is
signed.
going to be awesome. I need
Nick
one
is a
of those.
soft
Whoa.
boy.
Nick is a soft boy. Nick is a soft boy.
Did any of you ever seriously consider a career outside the arts?
Yes. I mean, I considered it when I was 12, so I don't know how serious.
So,
it was. But I went to space camp.
Ha ha ha.
And
Whoa.
and I was like,
You went to
dead.
space camp?
I went to space camp, and I kid you not, my mom will test this. I rocked my world. I was like, I'm gonna be a NASA mission control guy. I will be
Whoa.
like getting orbiter space shuttles into
Dude,
space. and
thank you,
that
Casey.
is-
that
Yeah,
is
right on.
amazing.
Yeah, and then that ended.
Thank you.
because I wanted to do plays.
I'm like imagining the sliding doors version of your life where you are like
Oh,
you work
yeah.
at NASA.
It was crazy. Yeah, I still kind of dream about it.
Um,
Guys, here's the thing. I'm sorry, we're not going to sing Going Back to Hogwarts.
Why
Just
not?
I mean, if we get to maybe if we get to 75,000.
Joey.
75,000
On this
Wilson
stream.
Oh
go
my
back
God.
to
At
Hollywood.
73, though, we're going to do
At 73,000.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm
Here's
sure.
the
At
thing.
73, we're going to do the Whisper Challenge. 75, we're going to get another limerick from Nick Lang.
There's a curse put on us where we can only sing it once a year.
It's true.
And we just did.
Yeah.
At 80,000,
Wait.
Corey's going to get on the couch.
Next question.
Guys, maybe I'll donate right now.
Can you extend the Kickstarter if you get
Why
close
not?
enough to your goal? Is that, if that's possible, I don't know how this works. It's not possible. The Kickstarter ends not this Sunday, but the following, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow.
Well, we need to make the goal, but we'll be opening up our backer kit, which is
If
going
we
to be
but only
if we make the goal. If we make the goal.
If we don't make
No.
the goal, we can't do this project.
Can't do the
which
project.
Is a huge bummer.
Should we make
And
the
no one
goal?
gets charged and we don't get any money.
Yeah.
Should we
It's all
make
or
the goal?
nothing.
Very clear. You know, we got to be clear about that. Should we
Yeah.
make the goal though?
There
we'll
might
there will probably be opening up backer kit, which is
So like, if
to
you
help
want to
fulfill
add
rewards.
if you want to add to your pledge and stuff, but that's only if we reach our goal on Kickstarter. If we're at like 100,000 and like $1, and then right before it ends, someone drops their pledge down, and then we go below that, the project doesn't happen. The project gets
Oh wow,
canceled. Yeah.
that's intense.
Yeah, and also, you know, just as it's like, again, don't back more than you are capable of
Right.
or financially
No,
comfortable
do it.
with.
Bankrupt yourself.
Oh my god.
But
Bankrupt
also-
yourself. Give us your money.
But also because,
Classic. Nick, classic.
Yeah.
Because Nick is
Jesus.
a bully.
But also-
Nick is the wolf of Wall Street.
but also because
They
if
had
you
to
find
do a
yourself in a
little Brian-
situation where
Brian Bolden.
the Kickstarter finishes and then your card gets charged and it gets denied, then
That sort of screws
it
everyone.
screws everyone. It screws you because you have a card bouncing, and also
Oh.
money that we thought was
we
part of the
budgeted,
goal,
like that we need
and
to
that
do
we're
the
budgeting
show.
for doesn't come through.
Yeah, we always have that problem.
So always make sure that
A
you're
little
financially comfortable and ready. You know, but
But so if you are at your max of like what you can comfortably back, then please tell a friend about the show. Tell a friend who
oh, we're close. Holy
likes
crap, we're
similar
really
things as you. Will
We did
probably
it!
like this.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
Let's go all
Dun,
the way today. No regrets. Live
Just
stream. Everybody's high on consolation. Oh, I recorded the saxophone solo to send to Jeff.
Car wash.
Can we? I think we should do
Ready,
this.
you're a fine girl.
We should do the whisper challenge in just a second, but let's plow through a couple of these questions.
Yeah.
Yes,
Will Diane sign the script as well?
probably.
Well, Brian was
we
just
can
talking
figure it
about
out
this the other day.
because-
Little ink on her paw.
Well,
Well,
Brian was
apparently that's
actually-
bad for dogs because those
Could give
old
them paw
booksters,
cancer.
Shiloh apparently, like
Oh.
I remember hearing that the dog had like paw cancer or something from
Oh my
too many of
God.
these.
So
Alright.
safety first.
They had
TBD
to like
about
little-
Diane.
Puts a little pen in her mouth and she'll go.
She'll just
"Hold
go,
the paper
That's
out
awful.
there."
Right.
Can't handle it.
What's your favorite part of these live streams?
Answering your questions.
Answering
seeing how
questions.
you guys interact with each other.
And getting to hang out. You
Getting
know,
to
it's
hang
like
out.
fun. We've been saying
And
it's
raising
funny
money
because
for
we've
this
been hanging
project,
out with
which we
so many
love.
different cast members as part of these things for like these little videos or live streams, and there's probably not going to be a time when every single cast member is
Maybe
in
the rap party.
Maybe the rap party is in the same room as
Yeah.
each, because I don't know if like there's a scene where there's 30
Yeah.
people or anything.
There is.
So it's nice to get to hang out with everyone. But like the other day, we were shooting something, and Steve, Zaragoza, and Joanna were like, "Oh my God, how's it going?" And I was like, "You guys haven't seen each other?" And I was like,
We've
"Guess
seen both
not."
of you so many times.
Because we've seen both of you. Yeah.
But
So,
separately.
I
so
never
it's-
see any of you guys ever.
Dylan, you'll interact with a lot.
You ready for the whisper?
You'll see.
Okay, really quick.
Right.
For those of us who plan a trip months in advance, are you planning a full musical next summer? We have no plans currently past this show.
Do you have plans past this show?
I don't know, guys. I'm working on some things. We'll see what sticks. You know.
That's a yes.
You heard it
Dylan,
here, folks.
do you want to answer this or not? You don't have to.
What's that?
This one's for you.
What does it say?
Would you release a second album?
Yeah, let's do it.
What would it be called?
What would it be called?
The same kind of songs.
It would be called Hamilton, a new musical.
Yes. And what type of
Just
song?
to see what happened.
Can we just have a sample of maybe what one of the songs might sound like?
I think we
No.
I think we answered this a
Oh,
while
that's a
ago.
good idea.
What?
Phoebe Scheller says you should just do one print of Diane's paw, make a stamp of it, and then
Yeah.
use that.
Yeah.
Stamps are fun.
Great.
Stamps are
How long ago did you come up with the idea for Wayward Guide? How much time did it take, and what did you do before you could put it on Kickstarter? It started as an idea I've had for like, at this point, like 5 or 6 years, but it's just been kicking around. We considered it for like our Buffer Festival short last year, and it just keeps evolving. And then when we were like, let's do a series, this seemed like it would fit, and then it's evolved from there. Is that a Darren poster in the back? Yes, I worked on this tour, so it's next to my other tour posters. Hashtag Dylan and Corey on the couch. We're fine.
And that's Seth Rogen.
That's my
That is-
other
that's-
doppelganger.
Guys, we should do
Sure,
Whisper
Seth
Challenge
Rogen.
because we're also it's also
Oh, right.
I know, I was just trying,
10:47.
that's why I'm trying to blow through. We're actually,
But we've answered a lot of these questions again.
They're fun.
This
So
has
let's-
maybe been the most
this one is an interesting good question.
Let's answer
informationally rich live stream we've done.
Yeah,
I'm
which is
glad
funny.
to have helped with that.
You're welcome.
Do you already know how backers are going to be incorporated into the podcast, Jane Leach? Or will it depend on how many people pledge at that tier? I think it'll a little bit of both.
We have some ideas.
It'll pledge. We've got ideas of how we can incorporate different people, and it's kind of like we will reach out based on. I mean, there's a lot of
Also,
people who have already
depends
asked that
based
tier.
on like what you're interested in doing. If you're like not an actor, like you don't want to like, they're just like different levels of like involvement depending on what you're interested in.
Yeah.
Cool. We can whisper.
Let's
but also,
whisper.
Lucy Norris, while we're getting this set up, when will we find out more about Idol Worship? Idol Worship is our Buffer Festival short. We're going to be at Buffer Festival
At the
2
end of the month?
weekends from now, at the end of the month.
We're going to be partying hard
3
because
weekends from
this
now.
campaign will be over.
And either we will be happy partying or sad partying.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Which
you
choice
know.
is yours?
And that's
Oh.
where we're going to be premiering
no,
it.
I don't
and
know
we
how
don't
to
know after that
pronounce this
if it's going on YouTube
name.
or what.
L-
Leroy.
How do you pronounce the
Loic
I with
Leroy?
the umlaut?
Where?
Leroy. Well, thank you. Thank you regardless.
Yes, guys. If you can click manage your pledge and
All right,
and
here we
change
go.
it if you want.
So it should be Nick and Dylan, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nick
Okay,
Dylan.
so,
Do we have a
guys.
song preference, or should we just do?
Guys, what's a song you want to listen to loudly?
Hall & Oates?
Oh,
Oh,
let's
Hollow
do
Notes.
some Hollow Notes. Let's
So-
do Rich Girl.
So, ooh, it's pretty good. So, for those of you guys who don't know, the Whisper Challenge is you're going to put on these headphones, one of you, and it's going to be very loud, and then we're going to pull a phrase from the chat that
Did you know
is
it don't matter
probably
anyway?
pretty wordy, might
You
have a
can
few
rely.
parts, and the person, one of you has
You
to
can
look
rely.
at the other one and whisper the phrase to them, and the person
On
with the
your
loud music has to
money.
read their lips and guess what it is.
Okay.
And you can
Bitch,
talk a
girl.
lot.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow.
There's
Anyway.
usually some
Your
very
money,
funny
money.
results.
Too
Like
far.
Richard, oh, I would have to
Far.
translate what Nick is saying.
Yeah.
Based on reading his lips.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think this song is loud enough.
I think You Make My Dreams Come True
Oh,
will be loud enough.
yeah, Make My Dreams Come True is a good one.
Like this part is loud.
That.
Okay, guys. So we're taking ideas.
Reminder, guys, we were up really late
Give me
and
taters,
we
boy.
were trying to raise money for a web series.
I like that.
Give me taters, boy. Sorry.
I like. Some people get confused when a sentence doesn't
Wait.
end like they think is potato.
Who's going first? Is it Dylan?
Yeah,
Should I
Dylan.
try to read Nick's?
Yes.
Yeah. So you
So
Yeah.
don't look at the screen or anything.
Don't look at the screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
Here. Just let us know if it gets quiet, and we'll. No, don't look at the screen.
Don't look at the screen, man.
Okay.
Don't look at the screen.
I won't. I'm not.
Okay. Blue beans boil in small shiny pots while
You guys
pretty
can go on the
pink
couch and
horse.
get closer. Oh, we're gonna go on the couch.
Come on to the couch.
Come on to the couch. He said, "Come on to the couch."
Popeye's chicken is the best
But
thing
you never
since
been
sliced bread.
told.
A library without books
Okay.
is like a ball without
What?
air. The meaningless
Don't try to
piece of
eat a
rope.
bowl of soup with a
But we're
fork.
still
It won't
looking.
work.
We're still
looking. So
Don't look at the screen.
no,
Is this part of it?
no.
Joey's laughing, guys. Is that part of it?
Is this what set's gonna be like,
If you high
Dylan?
five with tomatoes.
Is this
you
what
get
everyday
very
ancestors gonna be like,
explosive
Dylan?
ketchup.
Okay.
Okay, Nick's got it. Okay,
Are you serious right now, Dylan?
if you high five
If you had
with a
if you
tomato,
have,
you make a very explosive ketchup.
bathrobe that you have to go
into the bathroom with and come out with what? If you have alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
What?
If you hide, have, I haven't said it yet. Have. This is what's happening right now. I'm not saying anything. If you have what? Nick, if you can we high five? Something high five. If you high five, the song's ending.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to listen to a different song?
Sure. Just we can replay it too.
Replay that.
Well, the beginning of it.
I can hear everything you're saying.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
I better not.
Okay, I'm back. I can't hear you again.
Okay.
If you high five with a tomato, you get very explosive diarrhea. What? Wait, explosive temperature? Ketchup. You get explosive ketchup. If you high five with a tomato, you get explosive ketchup.
Yeah.
Close enough.
That was
I
great.
said get
Did I do
instead
it?
Of make.
I
Sorry,
like
I
it.
said get instead of make.
I like. You get very explosive diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Oh,
All right.
That's a good idea. Next time, they said we should have a whisper off.
Guys, I wish you could hear what I hear.
People are guessing the phrase, and
Oh.
whoever loses gets bean boozled.
Ooh.
Am I done with this, or am I just listening to Hollow Notes? No.
Let's switch to Nick.
Oh, let's switch. Okay. Woo! Guys, that was
Okay.
like a religious experience.
So we're taking more phrases now. And
Okay.
then
Fine
Dylan, you're
job.
gonna whisper.
A fine job.
Man, okay, but now I know how to do it because you taught me so well. Did you get
I
that?
can hear what you're saying.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
sorry,
There's nothing playing right now.
It made a phone call to someone. I don't
You're
know.
yelling in my
Okay,
face.
here we
right
go.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
How do I know what
Now
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
ask?
whisper.
Okay.
It's not
Well, we have to
yet.
pick one. We have
It's
to,
still
we have to pick
playing
a.
right.
We
It's
need
not
everyone to
playing.
submit a phrase.
We haven't started.
Oh, good.
So, all right.
We haven't started.
We have to pick one.
I like that.
rich girl.
Well, Nick heard that
go
some
too
people
far and you know don't matter.
that some people get confused, but Nick already read that. Nick knows that
yeah.
phrase.
Play Can you play Going Back to Hogwarts in my
Oh
ear?
my God.
Sing Going Back to Hogwarts, please.
Jesus Christ.
Are you serious?
No.
No, he's not.
Because I will do it.
No, we don't. Okay.
That's too much.
Fresh fish is for free at the flagship forest.
so hard.
Oh wait. Sorry.
Why eat a munchkin when the munchkin
If you
can eat
tap
you?
the side, it stops the music.
Oh, if I tap it, it stops. Okay. Okay.
You are the
I'm ready.
sexist werewolf I've ever met.
I'm ready.
Papa Peter, here, let me.
Alright.
Don't need
Nick is dancing.
Here for you.
Waffles
Oh
are
my
waffles
God, this
are
is
like
hard.
pancakes with
No.
syrup.
Cups. You gotta
Waffles
enunciate.
waffles
we
are
haven't,
like
we haven't
pancakes.
started.
No.
We haven't begun.
Do we like that one?
Do you like that one? Waffles are like
No matter
pancakes with
anyway.
syrup cups.
Right? See, you just want to sing.
Do you like that one?
Dill, do you like that one?
Get you
Where,
too
where?
far, get you too
Waffles
far.
are like syrup, are like pancakes with syrup cups.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
And it's
Waffle? Okay.
So Suicidal Pumpkin, we chose yours. Waffles are like pancakes with syrup cups.
Okay.
And make it art.
I or art. Nick. I.
Okay.
What?
Art.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
art like.
waffles are like pancakes with syrup. Waffles
Waffles are
like
like
pancakes.
magic.
Pancakes.
Magic?
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
With
With
syrup
syrup
cups.
up. Syrup cups.
Yes!
Waffles
was-
are like pancakes with syrup
Alright,
cups.
we gotta give him a hard
We gotta get a harder one. Okay.
What the fuck? How did you do that?
Nick is giving
How the fuck did you do that?
It's like Lauren.
Nick is giving Lauren a
so
run for her
good at
money.
it.
Yeah,
Nick,
wow.
Lauren the first time was like
Lauren was like, the quick brown
the
fox
thing was
jumped
it
over
was-
the
but
lazy
it was
dog.
like it was like pork chops. It's like if they never perfected the pork chop, we wouldn't have hot dogs. And she was like, and that was the phrase. And she was like, if they never perfected the pork chop, movies are like hot dogs. And we're like, the first time.
Whoa,
When Gabe said it was crazy.
wow.
Mac
Really
Elder. Thanks, Mac Elder, for backing.
What was the one?
Hell yeah,
Oh,
Mac.
that one's interesting.
Wait, Nick is.
It's getting to
Nick.
the top.
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
Nick, don't look.
You have to.
I'm not look.
You're, we gotta
again, my
do it.
friend.
You're going
You're
again.
You're doing it again.
Do it again.
We're going again until I don't get it.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Oh man, guys, we're having fun. The Wayward Guide, it's happening.
It's hopefully happening.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we'll play Lauren versus Nick. All right, more phrases, guys.
Wait, did you sing on the Wasky track? Or is
Which
that,
one?
Or who sang on that?
No, he just sampled it. It's the real
Oh,
song.
it is?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's the real song, but I sang it a bunch with him on tour.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I
I used to
remember.
sing that song.
If two witches watch two watches, which
Oh,
witch
no,
would watch which
no,
watch?
That's too hard. That's too hard. Don't
No, I think that's
make
fun.
him, you're gonna make him cry like Kurt.
No, I think that's fun.
How about he was subsequently afraid of vegetables for the rest of his life?
That's an interesting
That's it. Oh wait, there's some on the Kickstarter chat too. The
Oh.
sparkly lamp ate a pillow, then punched Larry.
Love
I
it,
like
love
that
it.
one.
Done, sold, cut, print.
Done.
Cut, print.
Caroline.
Who is that?
Caroline.
Caroline? You
Caroline.
nailed it. I like the way your brain moves.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba. All right.
Here we go.
Oh God.
Sweet
Oh
Caroline.
my God.
Them.
Morning though. That's not great. Morning.
Dumb.
Really?
Duh.
It's my best. And then I go downhill all day.
Sparkly. Sparkly. Sparkly.
Sparkly. Sparkly. The sparkly lamp
Oh, is it the phone one?
is what?
Hold on,
No,
hold on,
wait,
hold on
wait,
a
wait,
second,
wait,
the
1
song's
second.
ending.
It's stopping. The song's over.
Oh.
Okay, the sparkly lamp is in ancient
This is hilarious.
instant
No.
You're not saying anything.
The sparkly lamp.
The sparkly lamp. Just say the whole sentence.
Oh,
real
okay.
quick.
All right. The sparkly lamp ate a pillow, then punched Larry. Now try. Now you go, Nick.
All right. The sparkly lamp
Yeah.
is
Eight.
instantly
Eight.
a. No, go for it again. Ants. Sparkly lamp is ants.
The sparkly lamp.
The sparkly lamp
Eight.
isn't.
Eight.
Isn't.
We can't mime.
The sparkly
No.
lamp isn't. Is ants.
The sparkly
You want to see
The
it?
sparkly lamp.
Eight.
Maybe say the number instead.
That's what I'm.
It's a hum.
It's
I
on.
know.
Yeah.
It was a joke, guys.
Just let's skip that word. Go to the other words.
A.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
A pillow.
A pillow.
Okay. The sparkly lamp.
The sparkly lamp is a pillow.
Ate a
pillow.
Yes!
Ate a pillow.
Ate a pillow.
Okay, wait. And then the song is
Okay.
stopping.
Little victories, guys. Little
Okay. The
victories.
sparkly lamp ate a
That's
pillow.
what this campaign's
Then
about.
Then
Little victories.
punched.
punch it.
Punched
Punched.
Larry.
Larry.
There it is.
Did he get
What?
it? Yeah.
That's it. The sparkly lamp.
The sparkly lamp ain't a what?
Ate a
Ate a
pillow.
pillow.
I think you've been saying
Larry.
ain't a pillow.
Oh.
But
Sparkly
it's
lamp ate a pillow.
Ate a pillow and then punched Larry. That word 8 was an
That was
interesting
pretty-
That
challenge.
happened. I had one last time, and the word was known.
Oh yeah.
It was
What
like
were you
8.
saying?
All known.
Oh yeah, the word
God,
was known,
8.
like all known,
8.
and
8.
That's an interesting one
so
because I
hard.
could have been
Ross
saying
was up in
8.
Joanna,
Joanna,
so
Or,
hard.
like, or, yeah,
I like
there's
the
a
game
whole.
where there's,
That's
like,
a
juice in my
complicated
asshole.
one.
Sparkly
Juice
lamp
in
ate a
my
pillow, then punched Harry. Larry.
Larry.
Guys,
Sorry, Caroline.
That was really hard.
Carolyn, guys. She said it's not Caroline. It's Carolyn.
sweet Carol.
Carolyn.
It's the story of my life.
Okay.
That's
Do you think we can get to 74 before we sign off?
Guys, we gotta sign off soon, but we've got to get to 74, and if we do, Nick's gonna give us one more Very Potter limerick. A Very Potter limerick.
Yeah.
All right.
We also have some folks coming over because we're recording another thing in a few minutes.
Yes, maybe they
So-
can
That was
get
good.
a tell
That was
this.
fun.
You did a good
So
job.
That was
just a
fun.
reminder, guys, we've announced our entire cast. You can go to wayward.guide, and you can see them all. We got Sean Astin, Cos Valdez,
Me,
Jared,
Sean.
Chris, a lot of the Star Kid folk, these lovely gentlemen. We got a lot of people from the Pemberley world, from Frankenstein and Deast and SourceFed, Steve Zaragoza. We got Lizzie Bennett Diaries. We've got Shipwrecked folk. It's gonna be a blast and a half, but we can't do it without your help. We gotta get to $100,000 by a week from tomorrow,
I'm gonna do
and
this
I think
the
we can
whole
do it.
last live stream.
I think we can do it. It's been a hustle. You guys have been amazing, though. We're gonna have some add-ons going up.
I
You
hate
guys,
this. Give us money to please stop this. Just that
Yeah.
like little top
Joey's
of hair.
gonna do
Yeah.
this.
it's
If you
Until
ask
we
for
get
money to stop that,
74,000.
you'll never raise it.
I had a friend
It'll just
who,
go on into
I had
it.
a friend who in high school
Yeah,
their
that's
their high school did a fundraiser called Stop the Bop, where
Yeah.
they would just play bop in the hallways during
Whoa.
passing periods
That's
until
cool.
the school raised like a charity like money goal.
Oh crap! How
So-
long did it take?
I don't know, guys. It's
Man.
like
All
I think it was
year.
like days.
All
we used
year.
to
Whoa.
sell. We used to sell ads and programs. We used to go around selling candy bars and magazine subscriptions. Nowadays, we
Wrapping
do live
paper.
streams.
Did you ever do that?
Yeah.
Wrapping
Well,
paper.
except like my mom would just buy some wrapping paper and I'm like, we're done.
Listen, guys, we love the Wayward Guide idea, and we think it's going to be phenomenal, but we need your help.
Yeah.
And you guys have been incredible so far, and obviously if you're here, you've probably been involved with this campaign for a while. That's funny, if you just perceive me to be like flicking you guys off the entire time while I'm saying
Those
nice
are from my
things,
aunt.
but just being like,
I've had too many donuts.
So
today.
excited for this series.
I haven't had
It's,
real
I think it's
food.
gonna be really fun.
Yeah, I really am.
It's a lot of good people.
I was talking about this with the guys last night that I'm excited to see them at the helm of something this big. It's like it's just fun. It's fun to watch and see it from every angle.
We're
Fun.
also
This
really
is going to be
excited.
a team project.
We're also really excited to work with both of you in sort of in the way that we haven't really before.
Totally.
Yeah, we're really excited about that.
Good new challenge.
it's going to be
Seeing each other through new
the
eyes.
challenge of our lives. Guys, we've got to get to 74.
We gotta get
We
to
just
that
got
part.
it. If I keep saying that over and over again.
We also again have 14 more backers until we get to 1,500. So that's pretty cool.
And as we go, we've got a big announcement. Maybe we can do that on the live stream. We've got a great announcement when we get to 1,500 backers. And also we've got tons of 360 werewolf videos coming out.
Whoa.
Oh, just that we're going to do the...
The announcement is
Oh, what were
that thing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sure. Okay, cool.
We just
yes.
decided this right now.
Yep.
Well, I didn't realize we confirmed it.
The next live stream after this, Kendall LaFleur asked, it'll probably be on Monday or Tuesday. I think we're probably gonna have, maybe two more live streams
Two
next
or
week.
three.
2 more live streams next week during the week, and then a big old live stream on Saturday.
Saturday night into Sunday. It's gonna be like 18
It's gonna be
hours.
an all.
Cass did not lie and said, "Why should I watch it, huh?" She yelled
Yeah.
that at us.
She goes,
Why
"What
should I
Why
watch
should I
it?
watch this, huh?
Why should you watch it? Are we talking about Wayward Guide?
are you talking about the
The
live stream?"
reason
Yeah, why
you should
would I
watch
watch?
Wayward Guide is that it's some of your favorite folks from like all across the digital universe. The digital universe.
Digitally.
It's a lot of people from a lot of different like groups coming together, and they're all so talented. And they're going to be in the story that we're writing, and the story is going to be a crazy mystery, and it's going to be hopefully very funny, I think. and hopefully you enjoy that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm reading stuff. We're not sure what time these are going to be at. The upcoming live streams. We'll
let you know as soon as
we try to vary them.
We'll try to let you know. We'll try to
so
different people, and yeah, it'll benefit and help different people. Thank you. Just became a backer.
Oh, it's a guest backer. We don't know
Thank
your
you,
name,
guest
but
backer.
thank you.
But
Laura
yeah,
Clark said the stress is getting to them. It's mostly sugar, but it's lack of sleep and sugar. But it's not stress. It's just that we've been working really hard on this for like the past few months, even before the Kickstarter, and we'd be really bummed if we couldn't make it a reality. And also, we have a lot of people involved with the project who, like, this is going to be like a job for them in November. So we want to take care of our friends and our peers, and we want to make something great for you guys. And I mean, I think the pitch is sort of like, when you go out to see a movie, you know, you spend, I mean, if you go to ArcLight, you spend like $16. If you go to Cinerama Dome, it's like $22 or something for like an adult ticket.
Yeah, that's not normal.
What's the average price of a ticket? I don't know, like $10
Probably
or
like
something.
10,
11.
So I mean, if you give like $10 or $11, we're gonna be like, hopefully giving you guys something at the grade that you would see like on a movie screen, you know,
Yeah.
with a lot of your favorite digital people who don't have the opportunity to do these bigger projects. So I think it's exciting on like a lot of different levels.
and it's fun to get, to get a chance to see some people who it's like the,
Act.
Different people together.
and it's like for the Sean Astons and the Carloses and the Darrens, it's like Carlos has been very busy on the Flash for several years, and that's like been what it's an. I mean, if I was in his position, I'd be like, hell yeah, because it'd be a great job. But it's like this is a nice chance for him to get to do something fun and get to see him outside of like that realm for a bit.
His characters are.
You get to see Sean Astin work with a bunch of us, which is pretty fun, and that's always just a cool thing, and even Darren, for the time that he's going to be in this show, it's like getting to see him just, I don't know, that's kind of fun, hopefully.
We haven't like done anything with him.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to just, see him on the small screen again.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see Darren finally do some acting.
Yeah.
Boom!
Take
Got
that.
him. Got his ass.
Gotcha.
No,
Gotcha.
I'm excited to see everyone in this room kind of like rise. It's like you guys are gonna have to rise to an occasion, to like a level of work that you haven't before.
Well, we were talking,
which is exciting to as a performer to like have to be watching that aspect of it too, where it's like we're all gonna be pushing the envelope in a different way.
I just want to say Dylan is sexy as fuck.
Sashona is lucky.
Sidron?
I wonder if she's
Sidron?
watching.
Sashona's a lucky
Cider?
girl.
Cider.
Sidron. Thank you for backing.
Thank you.
But Dylan, sorry.
Oh no, I think you're about to say the exact same thing.
That like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have fun.
Maybe Corey
Bless
should.
you.
Maybe Corey shouldn't say
You
this.
do it.
Okay. We were just saying
Thank you for
that
backing.
it's.
We're 11 backers. Sidron.
Oh, we're 11 backers away, and we're only we're a little over $500
Can we do
away
that?
from
Can we get 11
74.
backers and 74,000? That's all we ask.
So yeah, I think it's
all we ask.
it's cool because I think we like the idea of going into this project doing something that we're a little in over our heads with,
I
like
love
just
that.
slightly,
I love that.
just slightly that it feels like this is going to be harder than anything we've tried.
A challenge, but like we can probably do it. Not like we're not trying to make a $3 million feature. It's like this is way bigger than anything we've done, but like just out of reach. So we're gonna have to like stretch and learn and grow to like achieve that. And I think we've like consistently been doing that.
This is how we grow for sure, and it's cool to have you guys along. Like for instance, with these backer updates, like if you give $5, you get to like come on the process with us, and it's like gonna be a huge learning experience for us. So I mean, that might be fun for people to like watch the behind the scenes of us putting together this production, because it's gonna be a crazy thing.
Yeah, Brian, why the tentacles?
Why the tentacles? Well, they were here, and my fingertips were cold, so I put them on.
Look
Guys,
how cold he is in his
speaking of tentacles, I don't know why I thought about tentacles and I started thinking about Miyazaki. And
That makes sense.
I thought about today how I don't want to do much the rest of the day, and I would love to just go home and watch like Ponyo.
I never saw
Ponyo,
Ponyo.
Little fishy in the sea.
So Joey and Darren and Nick, were you there when we saw Ponyo?
And the little
Yeah,
kid.
yeah,
And the little
yeah.
kid.
Yeah, the little kid.
So there's a scene in Ponyo. Spoiler alert! I'm gonna spoil it. So there's a scene where there's like a flood, and the kid doesn't know if his mom is like alive, and he's like looking, and it was like completely silent in the theater, and then suddenly like this little kid is just like, "She's dead."
That's the best. That's the best.
Yeah, he's going, there's a big flood, and he goes, Mom, Mom, and he goes to a car where his mom's car was, and he goes, Mom, and as he's walking up to the car, this kid, she's dead.
Kids know what's up.
I thought you were gonna
Dude,
say
no, it's,
when I went to go see
Cedric.
Ponyo.
Oh, the best when the kids say,
Yeah,
"That's
yeah.
the best movie."
Yeah,
you tell it.
I was walking out of Ponyo. I saw the movie, and we got up, and a kid just very pensively went, "I think that's the best movie I've ever seen." And he went,
Wow.
"It was way better than G6."
Oh.
Wait, is that the movie about the
About the
gerbils?
gerbil. No, G-Force. G-Force. It was
G-Force.
way better than
Oh,
G-Force.
I mean, but like,
Yeah.
by Annaby.
I like that that's his sliding
Way
scale.
better than
Wow.
G-Force.
Cat Rin, if we get funded, there will be captions for non-English
Yeah.
speakers and
Yeah.
hearing impaired.
And
yes.
like, there has also been like an amazing community of you guys on YouTube who help caption our videos and translate them to other languages.
Wow. Yeah.
and it's really amazing.
Cool.
So
in
thank
a,
you.
In a very similar sense, when I saw Jurassic World, the whole plot of Jurassic World, if you've seen it, is that there's people at the Jurassic Park area that are like, we need to make new dinosaurs because no one wants to see old dinosaurs. Like, that's the plot of the movie, which is funny because you go, this is such a, it's like,
It's very meta.
it's very meta, but also it's like, why are you, it's like, I guess the villains of the movie are also what the movie's what the draw of the movie's supposed to
73.5.
be.
That's pretty good.
We did it?
Nice.
No, we're getting there.
We're
Oh,
getting
oh, Brian.
73.5.
That's very awesome.
$490 away. 11 backers away.
The buy who lived. G-Force was my shit.
I've never seen
G-Force was
G-Force.
my shit.
I've never seen G-Force.
G-Force was
But
my
that
shit.
kid liked Ponyo a lot better than G-Force.
So at the end of, so the whole movie's about like, we need to make cooler dinosaurs. And so they make a cooler dinosaur and it fucking kills everyone and everything. And it was funny because they went, no one wants to see regular dinosaurs. And as I was exiting the movie, I was leaving the Vista and this little kid's walking out with his mom and he just turns to his mom and he goes, I didn't see one stegosaurus in that.
Oh my god.
And you go,
Just go back to
yeah, we don't
basics.
need to make up new dinosaurs. Kids, no matter what, just want to see regular
Dinosaurs are
dinosaurs.
crazy. It's crazy.
See
When I
one
look at like a
steggy,
big
see
bird,
one stegosaurus.
I didn't see one
They're
stegosaurus in
when I
that.
look at like a big ostrich, I go, dinosaurs were real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs were real. That's crazy.
Someone asked, if given the opportunity, would you want to visit Australia?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no
I would
shit.
like to travel the whole world.
Few more Kickstarter questions. Estelle Rose, have you seen any of your footage from Gilded Lily yet? I have. It's very fun.
Oh,
It's
cool.
super fun. I've seen a rough cut of it, and I'm really excited to see the whole thing at Bufferfest in a couple weeks.
Oh, that's gonna be
Yeah, I'm
Right.
excited. I haven't seen any of it.
I've seen the raw footage.
Here you go, Nick.
Back of my head.
This is a question for you. Jonathan Avedon says, my brother asked whether the fire and firebringer is a metaphor for using nuclear energy for science instead of weapons.
Wow, being on the brink of nuclear war.
I think that the fire and firebringer is representative of many things, any kind of technology or science that could be misused. The whole firebringer is a commentary on society. With every piece of art you do, you want to say something about the real world, and hopefully, it seems like somebody got some kind of message out of it. Whatever you think is okay, but yeah, sure.
Nick, this question's for you too. How do you like your steaks?
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm a
Joanna
vegetarian.
just became a backer.
Thank you,
Joanna.
Johanna.
I'll steal you, Joanna. Isn't that crazy that Johnny Depp played that role
Yeah.
in that movie?
That was
What?
weird.
You didn't play that role.
Well,
No,
played
no,
that.
no.
Oh, you're right.
was
Yeah.
acting.
Well, like,
He
that,
was-
that he played that.
Yeah, that movie didn't
That he played
wasn't
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't love that movie.
but I don't eat steaks because I'm a vegetarian.
Did Joey's line in Spies Forever inspire Firebringer?
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
Wait, what?
Thank you for becoming a backer.
At the end of Spies,
mystery-
there was a line where we
mystery
talked about
person.
cavemen.
It was like,
Oh.
Kurt, you're a caveman.
People were convinced.
And Joey goes, Kurt.
It was a true-
caveman,
it was a
I've
true-
identified."
It was a true David Lynch
Oh,
moment where I think people were
okay.
trying to pull a lot more from it than
Oh,
there
wow.
was, and we just were like, no, it's just.
Everyone's like, oh my god, it's Firebreaker.
There's just only so many
No.
times you could talk about technology in a
And
certain
we also
way.
like wrote
Right,
it
there you
before you guys announced Firebreaker.
Yeah.
We already answered that.
Alright, answered that,
We
answered
answered about
that.
Sean being in the project. We
I
already did
think
that
it's
one.
hard for Carolyn to say if you could play any wayward character, who would you play? Because these guys haven't seen a lot of the other characters.
I'd play Artemis Schue-Horyn.
Ooh. Oh.
Trouble in Paradise.
73,575.
Oh,
Come
we're
on,
getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close.
We're getting
Good
close.
luck, good
If you had a
luck.
llama, what would you name it?
Anthony.
Larry.
You know what? I had
Mercutio.
a friend
Great-
back when I
great
lived
llama
in
name.
Saudi Arabia. I had a friend named Llama.
Maybe-
What?
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I think Dennis is a good name too.
Is that like a common, like?
I don't know, but her name was Llama.
What kind of
Very
donuts are we
nice.
eating?
Duncan's.
all
Duncan.
sorts? America
American.
runs on Duncan.
Joey's Instagram live streams get saved to Instagram for 24 hours.
So if anyone is able to pull them from there, do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying, Nick, will you write a Karate Kid musical? I don't know if the world needs a
Do
Karate
it!
Kid. Well,
Do
it's
it!
like they should just make a legit Karate Kid show. It's like
You should have
I don't
it.
know if the world needs a Karate Kid.
This is
period.
clearly an old question.
Oh.
What?
Because it's can Dylan sit on the couch?
Oh, an old question.
Oh, wow.
Can Dylan
Can
sit
he?
on
Yes,
the
he
couch?
can.
Yes, I
Yes.
Can
can.
he do it? Yes, he can.
How big of a part is Diane gonna have?
The biggest part.
The biggest part.
As big as she is.
You know, here's what's going to happen. If we can't raise
Hard
this
work
money, we're
your
probably
weight.
just going to get a
Work-
little
work
live
your
stream
weight.
on Diane, just a camera on Diane, and just have her sit there for a while, because that's all we'll be able to
Less
afford to
less
do.
of a question, more of a suggestion. Dylan is Bernie Sanders. You went as Bernie Sanders for Halloween.
I did go as young Bernie for
Do
Halloween.
you listen to Bernie's podcast?
If you
at all?
want to do Bernie, you have to go. Hey, you have to do a list. You have to do a list of a question. Hey, in this country, do we need? And then like ask a question. And then he goes, in this country, do we
And
need?
he always goes like this and covers up the face of the person next to him.
I just rewatched that, or it came up on somewhere that video of Bernie giving his speech, and the bird flew on
Oh, that was
his
so
podium.
cool.
He's such a magical
He's
man.
a magical man.
He really is.
Someone asked about the Starkey
He's a
channel.
They
did.
Starkey just put out
A great update.
A really great update.
Nick,
Yeah.
honestly,
Thank you so much,
Nick.
you want to watch it for an amazing thing Nick did in this video.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also incredible. But how are you feeling?
I feel okay.
You're okay. You're
Is
fine?
Yeah,
Is it
I-
healed?
What
I
did-
turned into a werewolf, but I got better.
It was intense.
Look,
Oh,
it
thank
miraculously
God.
healed. Oh my
Wow.
goodness!
Oh wow!
Oh my goodness.
I
Oh,
feel
my
stronger than I've ever felt
Um,
before.
day. Joey, what's your Instagram? Joni Ricker. Right?
Joni Ricker.
Joni Ricker.
Were there any other name options for Wayward Guide, or was the project always known like that from the beginning?
I can't even remember.
It didn't have a name for a long time. It was just like the
Podcasting
werewolf
thing.
show.
There's one point where it was called.
Untitled Tin Can
It was
Podcast.
called
There was
Pod
one
People.
Pod People,
Yeah.
but that was when it was like aliens.
Also, this
Five
this is a
people.
title we like because it seems like it could be the title of like a real podcast. But if this was like a real network show, this title would never fly.
Yeah.
It would have to be way simpler.
Say
When
that-
is
it would
this
just be
live
called
stream
like
gonna end?
It would
yeah.
just be called Wolves.
Did someone ask that?
Yeah, that's
Someone
When is
asked,
this live
when's it
stream we really want it to end, but we gotta raise $425 before we can end.
We gotta get 8 more backers.
Please give us money so we can leave.
Guys,
I'm gonna start reading everyone's questions very aggressively.
Before I have to leave.
Dinosaur. It's on the other side.
Favorite dinosaur.
Favorite dinosaur?
if everyone raised their
I don't know.
pledge by $1,
We'd be done. No, we wouldn't.
we wouldn't, but it would be nice.
It'd be nice. Would any of you consider working with Thomas Sanders at any point? Sure.
Nothing's out of the
Colonel
question.
Sanders.
I would love to work with
Hey
Colonel
Dylan, was it
Sanders.
harder to write some characters than others?
Was it harder to write some characters than others?
Yeah.
Not really. It's a pretty easy. It's pretty
Alright.
easy, you know.
Can we expect any
Alright.
more of the cast coming to the live stream today?
No.
No.
We're almost done.
But you guys have Dylan and Nick. And they're
What
going to
else do
sing
you
Going
need?
Back to Hogwarts for you right now.
How available will the show be to watch and listen to? TBD. We don't know any release plans yet. Like if we're gonna partner with some other service, we don't know. All we know is that unless the Kickstarter gets funded, it won't happen. But if it does happen, thanks to the Kickstarter backers will be able to see it. That's the only thing we can promise and guarantee.
Cool.
What's this one?
Favorite pasta, guys? What's your favorite pasta?
Favorite
bow
pasta.
tie.
Spaghetti.
Have you guys talked
I like
about like some stuff,
Fettuccine Verdi.
some stuff that you're like
Some
kind of
verde salsa and
nervous
some
about
fettuccine.
What?
in regards to the project?
Wait,
like some new stuff that's like a little nerve wracking, like maybe things you haven't done.
I
I
mean,
mean anything of this.
honestly, all the locations is probably the most
Wow,
stressful.
yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
most confident in telling a funny story. You know what I mean? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like
And like I'm confident in the performers.
I think the performers are going to do a hell of a job. And, yeah, just some of the production stuff.
It's locations and affording.
Location.
Okay, we're getting close. $410 away.
Woo! Corey, your pins are beautiful, Claren said, but I want socks.
Socks.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna do
Hi,
socks this
Soro.
time around. Socks were fun last time, but they are expensive.
Yeah.
They're
Whoa.
like woven socks.
M said pasta is the worst word in the English language.
False. Moist.
Pasta.
Moist towel.
Some people don't like moist.
Some people don't like the word crispy.
What?
Crispy.
All of these
Crispy.
are excellent words. They're
That's
all
Crispy.
excellent.
moist, crispy pasta.
Crusty.
That's what we're
Pasta.
talking about.
Crusty.
I like crispy and
crusty.
highlights.
It's very
Live that
important.
crusty life.
Yes, pineapple does belong on pizza.
You know where pineapple
else
really
can
belongs?
pizza?
In Al Pastor tacos.
They did. True. I hear you there.
Haley Fitcher upped her pledge again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, if everyone... We got add-ons coming, guys.
That's rad.
Oh, we're getting. Oh my God, it's happening.
Oh,
Seven.
we're so
Started
close.
moving fast.
Wait, what are we doing at 74?
We're gonna.
Nick's going to do a limerick,
Nick's gonna do one more limerick.
and then we're all going to get bean boozled.
Start and then end it.
Yes,
in the
yes,
middle of
yes,
it.
yes.
In the middle of it.
And then we'll end it.
Oh,
Yeah, they can hear our
That's pretty
plan.
good.
They can see it coming
Guys,
from
we're
a
gonna-
mile away.
we got a very
We all
special-
know. We all
A
know.
very special surprise for
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna have to
very-
leave, but we'll try to squeeze it in.
Hey, this says if Dylan and Nick were a couple, their couple name would be Dick.
Yeah.
I
It's
ship
us,
Dick.
Yes.
Ship
Thank you,
us.
Steph.
Dick.
Ship Dick. I
I
ship
ship
Carlos.
Thank you so much.
Carlos.
Thank you, girl with a budget.
Girl with a budget.
Crusty.
Is that her name?
Was that?
Oh wait, that's great.
Yeah.
Girl with a budget. Gotta go.
Let's do that.
Steph.
My
Thank you
girl
so
with
much
a
for being a
budget.
backer.
Yay.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Steve.
Favorite breakfast cereal? Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Honey Nut Cheerios, probably.
Crispex.
Frosted
Hi, Kayla,
Flakes.
Augustine. Hi.
Favorite Star Kid show?
I like Em said pineapple belongs in the trash.
Boo.
How could you do this to me? I hate that stupid word.
Hi,
God.
Kayla.
Em,
No.
I'm sorry we're calling you out, but it's just funny, you know. You got a funny point of view, so
Guys, that's
that'll go
No
far.
pasta
That'll go
and
far in this
pineapple
world.
in the trash.
Plays or /plays. They're all different.
Guys, if you ever watched a Harry Potter sequel and you didn't know what that Seamus scene was about, now
Oh,
you
yeah.
can go watch it.
And now.
And now that joke makes
Oh,
sense
wow.
to you. That's
Oh
one
my
of my
God,
favorite
yeah.
jokes I got
Yeah.
to do in that show.
Flitwick's little brother.
Oh, it went up. It went up.
Whoa!
Ho,
Wow,
ho!
guys.
Oh, we're
we're
so close. We're so
Flitwick's
close.
Flitwick's little
107
I just-
until
Has
another
everyone here
limerick.
seen it? Did you see it?
Yeah,
We all
I
did.
did.
Did we already talk about it?
Dylan, you were.
I
I feel the
liked
same
the
way as
world
Taylor.
they created. I
I
thought the kids were so fun.
Kids were great.
Those kids were
Yeah.
great.
Thank you, Katie.
Really good.
Katie D.
Katie!
With
Woo!
the signed postcard tier.
Woo 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 woo!
What?
Is this a thing?
Thank
for-
you, Katie D. Oh,
Flitwick's
918.
little brother, you go get
Oh,
down
we're so close.
here.
We're so close.
Wow.
73.9,
You go get down here.
guys.
We got a carnival down here, mate. And Flitwick's little brother's like, oh, I've got to get down here.
That's so good.
That is
Joey,
funny.
where did you get your
73.9.
Harry Potter senior year Ron jacket? The one that you wore last night.
Who did June?
Yeah,
June bought it.
June designed it.
And I
the jackets
and
for
I re-
senior year.
and I removed the Gryffindor patch, and I
Yeah,
love
the
that
yellow,
jacket.
the yellow
Why'd
and
you
the red
remove the
jackets.
Griff
Yeah,
patch?
we went and we got them at Beatniks.
Because they're not members only. They're the
They're like-
in crowd.
They're like knockoff.
The
oh my
brand
God,
is
it's
called the in crowd.
Wow.
And you're like, that's pretty funny that it's a knockoff members only called the in
Oh wait,
crowd.
wait, we did it.
Yeah!
Hell
He's got
Guys,
to find his
74.
Um,
Wow. Guys, this is so great.
Accio Autumn. Thank you so
So-
much.
what am I
Thank you,
doing?
Akio. Oh my God, we're jumping up again. Hell yeah.
Thanks. Oh, and we're 4 backers away from 1,500
1,500
backers.
Well, Nick,
backers.
got excited.
Wow.
Nick, do you want to
Do a
sign us
limerick?
off with a limerick?
Yeah, there was one that was about Neville that said Neville Longbottom's memory is hazy. His parents were tortured and crazy, but he worked out a lot and got really hot, and now he looks like Patrick Swayze. And that's in reference to our friend Richard Campbell, who looks like Patrick Swayze now.
Yeah.
Look him up. Look
Yeah.
him up.
Joey,
He's
Joey.
a hottie now.
Okay.
Richie.
Guys, I see people. Make sure. Thank you so much for upping your pledges. Do make sure that you can do that, because Grace said help after hers. So we don't want people like emptying their bank accounts
Seriously.
or anything. Yeah, so we're taking money down later just to like hit these little milestones. It's not as helpful to us, but
Yeah.
if
Do
you're
it.
okay,
If
with
you're
it,
okay
thank you so much.
and that's something you feel comfortable with, please. Please do it. But if not, it's all good. Well, just share with some people.
These
'cause
are
there's got to be
these are
people out
hard
there.
times.
Share with people.
These
Yeah,
are
you guys
hard
are like
times.
our street team, like getting the word out. This is a grassroots campaign.
It's awesome.
All right, my friends. Well,
And now the
Okay.
time is near,
we're gonna.
so we face the final.
Do you know how to? Should we end now? Can
Yeah.
you end from
Till
all
the
the
next
places?
one.
I don't know. It's
Let's
not.
go back again.
I don't know. Why is it blinking?
What is what blinking? Maybe we're.
Does that always blink?
Yes.
Hi,
Oh,
Caleb.
wait. Okay, so are we ending in like 1 minute at 11:30? All right. Should we real quick do it, guys?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Real quick before it turns 11:30.
Sing going back to Hogwarts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here beneath these
Underneath these stairs, I hear the sneeze.
Players.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's 11:30.
Well, we got there.
Underneath.
We almost got there.
Underneath.
Guys,
these
Oh,
stairs.
it's going back to Schue.
I think I'm going to Schue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.